Bull jive. Bull jive.
Bull jive.
Bull jive. Go James. Legacy of Five.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, sucks to suck, I guess.
What is up, Pantheon viewers? Shannon Sharpe has been fired by a white-owned company for something they think he did, or it looks like he did because he settled something. That's all I'll put. That's the only way I'll put it. I think he was going, oh, you know what? End of the summer, the new football season's coming. Let me go to wrap this up here. It's gone. Back to work. No, when you wrap things up and you sign and you say you want to settle it, then it actually is it's admission to them in their eyes, not to me. What else we got? We got Rob Liefeld, who's sounding off on Twitter again, going after Kevin Feige is the bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you do kind of become a guy who's just like clout chasing, or not clout, but yeah, clout chasing. You're just like, you're trying to get the headlines, going after that Feige guy who wouldn't shake your hand at the red carpet. We also have Zootopia, and there's a trailer for that.
I saw that like the Zootopia 2 trailer. I'm a big fan of Zootopia. I thought it was one of the hidden gems of Disney animation, one of the ones that wasn't really getting a lot of love. So I was excited when it got announced that a sequel was coming a few years back. Ready to break down the trailer. Trailer looks dope.
And then T'Challa. T'Challa. There's some Black Panther 3 semi-news. Not really, but there's something to talk about there. I think we should wait for Darius to get that. But until then, the last time we were here, we chatted about 40 Acres. Oh, what a great movie. Slid under the radar. I want to talk about something that's not going to slide under the radar. Lawrence, Stamina, Profess. I want to talk about this film called the trailer for Love Brooklyn, starring Andre Holland, Nicole Bahari, DeWanda Wise. I know who she is. And Roy Moody Jr. I know two of them. Let's see what this movie's about. Love Brooklyn.
I know all three.
$1 million question. How goes it?
The city was perfect when I first got here. This wonderful universe to explore. But then my perfect, complete city started to shift.
You need to write the piece about Brooklyn evolving so that we both don't lose our jobs.
Evolving city? What in the world is that?
You always figure it out.
This time, I am completely gone.
But you see in somebody.
Oh, shit.
So it's good, you and Nicole?
Yeah.
You have any evening plans?
Mommy.
Hey, Allie.
The sex, I mean. Talking about the sex.
Yeah, it's good. Me and Casey, we had our time, but it just didn't work out for us. We were just hanging out.
What if it came up? You two getting back together, what would you do?
It won't come up.
But what if it did?
That was not an innocent question.
You've got to find your way to the center of this. All of the above is not an answer.
Don't look back.
Hey, Roger, it's your favorite editor. You just don't have more time. I mean, you love her, don't you?
Can you stop, please? I'm supposed to be the only one being honest.
Not everything is about you.
You don't know what you want.
I do know what I want.
Well, say it.
Double or Nothing.
So I saw this trailer earlier today, and one of the things that stood out to me is like, okay, Black love triangle story. One of the things that kind of was particular about it that you don't usually see is that you've gotten a lot of these love triangle stories where there's, black characters, white characters, however, in a lot of rom-coms. What you don't usually see is the male figure being the ire of attraction, being
Yeah.
the figure. So it's a little bit of a change of a pace. Like, think This Means War, where Reese Witherspoon is in the middle of Chris Pine and Tom Hardy. Not as comical, obviously a bit more dramatic and a serious tone, but same idea. Just, we gonna have to slide that the man in the middle and have the two women kind of jockeying for position, which in this situation doesn't really seem like they're. We haven't seen the movie, so we don't know, but it doesn't really feel like they're competing. Like they don't even really feel like they in each other's faces with it. It's more so putting the decision in his court, like, will he or won't he? Does he go back to what was familiar? Does he do his new thing? Is it, star-crossed lovers with the new girl, or is it everlasting soulmates with his baby mama? It's a very interesting dynamic in which, if you've ever seen this type of setup, is usually in a much more detrimental way to the family, to the child, to everybody involved. So I'm definitely down. I like the synopsis. I'm familiar with all three of the actors in the starring and the leading roles. Even Roy Woods Jr. Shout out to your boy. Very excited to see this movie for sure.
But who are you rooting for him to choose?
For me, it's probably a little bit of bias involved in that. I'm going with Mom, even though I love DeWanda. But yeah, I'm going with I'm going with the mother,
Nicole Bahari.
There you go. Yeah.
I got it open. It's not coming from my memory. She plays the character Casey, and then DeWanda Wise plays the character of Nicole. I think we're supposed to go for Casey. I think DeWanda with the short hair. I don't know about you, but I'm not attracted to short hair compared to long hair. Long hair, that's beautiful. And then we're seeing her say, "Don't look back, don't look back," and I'm feeling for her. I think I'm designed to root for her. But what will they do, bro?
It's interesting, right? Because you would think the very linear way of telling this story is that he ends up going back and fixing the original relationship, right? Like something in this new relationship teaches him how to be with the original woman. But that's a very linear story. So it could end up being that he realizes through, rekindling whatever is going on with old girl, the first chick, that this is why I left in the first place. And DeWanda is everything I truly need. And she's actually the soulmate that I've actually been looking for. So there's an easy way to kind of flip it on his head. I don't think we'll know until we see the movie, though, obviously, and the which way it's going to lean. They do well not to show us which way it's going to lean. Right now, it feels like it could go either way.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the executive producer that they were touting earlier. But if this was a Tyler Perry movie, that ex-wife of him or that baby mom of him,
this shit would be so terrible.
This is a setup. They're gonna get call the cops on him. He's got an ounce too much, and he's possessing, and now he's trafficking. If this was Tyler Perry movie, this would be the scene where she traps him and she gives her villainous monologue about how you're not an involved father and you don't care. That's what would happen.
Also, one of them would be light skinned, very, very light skinned. The other one would be dark skinned. The dark skinned one is probably going to be the one end up getting left. The light skinned one is going to be the holier than thou, figure of attraction. You're right. He would be derelict of his duties as a father. He got to be an ain't shit father, right? Otherwise, why is he in the movie? If it's a Tyler Perry film. This whole thing, it's funny, man, because just small details can change the entire landscape of the story that you're trying to tell. We could take you said you hit the nail right on the head. We could take this exact same concept and give it to a person who doesn't really have the same type of wherewithal or the same type of ideas as what they need to show on screen in mind. And this entire situation could be a world star hip hop video. It absolutely could. And instead, we're getting a movie that seems like it has care and humanization for each of the characters involved. So I'm down. This is the type of film I'd like to see.
Thank you to the executive producer, Steven Soderbergh. You ever read it or watched anything with Soderbergh?
Steven Soderbergh.
No, you think he could be the next Ryan Coogler?
I don't know much about Steven Soderbergh. Stop playing with me.
62 years old. Well, he must have done some stuff if he's 62. Yeah. Let's see. Ocean's 12. Oh, look, Logan Lucky. Ocean's 11. I figured if he did 12, right? That's crazy. Yeah. That's some stuff. He's got a little filmography there.
Director Rachel Holder said that one of her favorite parts in the creation was that there was no villains. She loved creating a story of good people working through relationships of connection. Love it. Love it.
I don't know all of these movies. I know I'm Magic Mike, but I don't know everything. Not that these are bad movies, but since I haven't watched them, I can't judge them. But, what does it say if you keep getting jobs and you keep on getting a chance and a chance, another chance, right?
I mean, definitely put up some work for sure.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a lot of these. I've seen Michael Clayton.
I saw the other Grey's Anatomy, not this one.
I was about to say there was another Grey's Anatomy in 1996.
Shit. Did they race swap? No. White over there too. Anyways. Perp, tell us about this person. Tell us about everything, bro. What do we need to know? He said Andre is the man. Okay, Andre is underrated. Good to know. Let's look out for him. Maybe he can play like superhero one day. Blue Marvel. Maybe not.
Grey's Anatomy is a book he wrote in 1996.
I'm gonna look up for the next thing to talk about. The Fantastic Four, the Superman movie, the box office wars, the betting we've done here on this YouTube channel. Let's remind the good folks, Grey's Anatomy is the book. Gotcha. Let's remind the good folks of what you and I have wagered.
Wasn't it we're talking Fantastic Four over Superman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's going to be a much tighter race than I anticipated for sure. I think Superman is finally slowing down. But Fantastic Four has been very wishy-washy on the second week number, so we'll see how they perform here in the second weekend. Right now, it seems to be pretty even pace, though. I think Superman did around 200 million. Fantastic Four did about 218 million in the first weekend. It's going to come down to legs. Let's see who can stretch out their run farther.
Yeah. I can't wait to give you W's and L's. And you can't act like these came from Chill. So, I'm going to give. No. You got to pretend like they're yours. You got to say, I want to give a W to Aubrey Graham and season 4 of Degrassi.
Why would you do that, though? Why would you make me say that?
I'll probably do LeBron James, honestly. I'm sure LeBron will do something valuable. Remember when he did the Black-owned league, or it leaked? Aubrey Graham leaked it. When it leaked that he was going to probably start a basketball league of his own. That was a good news story, and you even commended him for kind of doing that. A Black-owned league, a sports league, that would be awesome. I'm sure Shannon Sharpe would love like a Black-owned media group or something like that. That would be awesome.
Man, Shannon Sharpe, Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor are about to create a YouTube sports show, and that's how they should just go ahead and go about it. Leave the networks alone. Y'all are some of the biggest personalities in sports. Get together, get the group back together. Have Joy Taylor, moderate. Sounds like a million sub channel to me.
Get those guys from The Last Take on Instagram. They're amazing. Darius, we're on Fantastic Four news. So opening up that that Deadline article. Fantastic Four first steps. 170 million promo push boosted by Little Caesars. Zillow? How do you say that? Zillow? What is Zillow? What is it?
It's like an apartment or a house finding app.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an app?
Mm-hmm. Or a website. Yeah.
We got something called Kijiji. It might be the same thing.
Or you have apartments.com as well.
That makes sense to me. Apartments.com.
Yeah,
bro, how is Zillow in the game when there's a place called apartments.com?
And Zillow is bigger than apartments.com. It's interesting.
Maybe they were first. Pop-Tarts. and more. The pick eyes 200 million in the U.S. box office cube in the second frame. I like what Anthony D'Alessandro was doing is cushioning the blow for like maybe they're not lighting the world on fire with their box office, but reminding us that 170 million that you don't gotta split with the movie theaters just off of all these licensing deals like Little Caesars, the commercials that you and I analyzed to death. Um, I love that there's a number to it. I think this is very informative. I'm glad. I don't know. I trust him. I'll take his word for it. 170 million, right? I don't think Wakanda Forever got 170 million from all the deals and stuff. I feel like every movie that is major, not the Thunderbolts, but the major movies will receive 170 million from just putting it on the cereal box and the Pop Tarts box and stuff.
Is this is the companies paying Disney for product? I mean, I guess product placement would make sense, but I didn't see any of these companies in there. The way that this read, I thought that Disney is paying out to these companies to boost Fantastic Four in their advertisement. So when you go on Zillow, you're shopping for a house, you're going to see Fantastic Four ads. When you're picking up your Pop-Tarts box at the grocery store, Reed Richards is going to be grabbing the strawberry, on the box, something like that. I didn't read it as this is the money they're bringing in from the marketing.
Do you mean, did you read the article or you mean the headline saying boosted?
No, the headline. Yeah, take me through the article.
Okay. And this is the Little Caesars commercial with that monster. What was it called? I don't remember. So at 170 million in media value, the promotional partner campaign for Disney Marvel's Fantastic Four is the biggest in some time. Ahead of the pushes for the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Deadpool and Wolverine and Black Panther Wakanda Forever and Evil Rival Studios summer campaigns such as Jurassic World Rebirth. Theirs was 150
These are
million.
marketing campaigns. This is what the studio is spending marketing the product.
Okay. So I might maybe I read that wrong then. The promotional partner campaign for Marvel. It's 170 million in media value. All right then.
Yeah, I don't know. See, maybe the landscape has changed. Again, a lot of things are topsy-turvy these days. But the way that I understand it is that you would pay, it would happen in one or two ways. You as a company who's trying to get the promo would either pay to have your product in a production like this, and maybe that's where this 170 million is coming from, or the company with the production needs to promote it. And so now they're covering different platforms as a renter site, the grocery store. What were the other companies that were named in there? Just different platforms. Little Caesars, obviously fast food, that kind of stuff. That's what your marketing budget goes to, is ad placement. So I think that they're saying this is what's being spent. I could be wrong. Let's see. With the MCU promo partner, a campaign at 288 million amongst post-COVID MCU brands. Fantastic Four overall value ranks behind Spider-Man No Way Home, 202, and counts such brands as Little Caesars, Zillow, Pop-Tarts, General Mills, Citizens Watches, and more. I actually think I've seen the Citizens Watch commercial with for I think Reed Pedro.
You ever watch Shark Tank where they say the valuation of my company is $10 million? That's why I'm asking for this percentage. It seems like Anthony D'Alessandro said the valuation of all of these media deals is 170 million. I did the math. Okay. I crunched the numbers, but none of that is valid. Now it's a good guess. I'm sure maybe he's not going to be off by too much. Probably deadline, they're going to increase it a little bit more because they are an arm of the studio and want to make them look as favorable as possible. So let's say it's only 140 million. Okay. That's cool. $140 million worth of media partners campaigns. It says Spider-Man Far From Home in 2019. Sony remains the record holder when it comes to the overall worth of an MCU promo partner campaign at 288 among post-COVID MCU brand campaigns. Fantastic Four's overall value ranks behind Spider-Man No Way Home's 202 and counts such brands as Little Caesars, Zillow, Pop-Tarts, General Mills, Citizen Watches, and more. Several advertisers joined in one of the movie's fun, embracing its 1960s retro future spirit, a motif woven into their world in partnership. The movie starring Pedro Vanessa is expected to make around $45 million in its second weekend at the box office, with a firm grip on number one. By Sunday, a $200 million running total stateside is likely. Two newcomers, Universal DreamWorks Animation The Bad Guys 2 and Paramount's hopeful revival of big screen comedies The Naked Gun. I've been hearing a lot about Naked Gun, actually. Look to open to 20 million and then 15 million, respectively.
Yeah, I don't like you said, 20 million and 15 million compared to a projected 45 from Fantastic Four. I don't think it's going to affect it all that much, but
yeah, different audiences.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four partners strategically leverage their IP across cultural touch points. This is just glazing now, right?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
We should do the opposite of the glazing reports. I'm gonna show you actually, like, there's a biased thing that I saw recently where you can tell who you voted for by the way that you wrote it. I'm gonna show you. It was in my bookmarks. Yeah, it's from Cosmic Marvel. You guys ever heard of this?
I do know the account. Yep.
Marvel Studios made 170 in media value from global brand partnerships and promotion.
Okay.
Brands involved. Sorry, this is not the one. Let me get it. No, that's not the one. Hold up. Hey, Darius, what's going on?
Not much. What's up?
Just out here doing that work. What you eating?
Pizza. Had to be quick. Don't want pizza.
Y'all got good pizza in Oklahoma? What kind of pizza y'all do?
It's nothing. Pizza? I ain't got nothing but Mazzio's. Well, we had pizza, but I stopped at Mazzio's.
Is it a regular triangle slice? You guys do sheet pizzas? Is it deep dish? What kind of pizza is in Oklahoma?
Depends where you go. They're different, like you know, every place has those hole in the wall places, and you know that people that consider them to be staples. So there's a couple of those pizza shops in like downtown, stuff like that.
Keep going to those. Don't support Domino's. Boycott. Cosmic Book News says, here we go, folks. It's learned that the Fantastic Four is coming up short in terms of nailing down its target audience with women and even families. Once again, only the fanboys are showing up. Yep, women rejected the female Silver Surfer and Sue Storm. Even families didn't show up as much, all the while Sue Storm said it's about family. It again proves that Feige, Disney, Marvel don't have a clue and continue to cater to a non-existent fan base, all the while ignoring their bread and butter. Bro said all the while here and all the while there. If I'm writing this tweet, I'm gonna go and erase one of these because I don't like to be repetitive.
ChatGPT has a good habit of doing that, of repeating phrases. So he probably shot this thing out of an AI.
The percentage of families that went to see Marvel's Fantastic Four was at 17% compared to the average 21%.
Where did you get that number from? How did you compile that 31%? Data? It feels like horse shit.
The Fantastic Four audience is heavily skewed male.
It is horse shit.
With 69% of the audience made up of dudes.
That's crazy. I don't even know where that even came from.
I don't trust people to compile data when it's that clearly biased. Like there's no way I can trust you. So the percentage of families, you don't put any parameters around it. We polled people in this area. We asked this many subjects. Here is how the question was worded when we pulled the data. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't trust you. I feel like you saw that statistic somewhere else and you're just regurgitating it.
Yeah, even in the article, it doesn't cite the source.
The percentage of families, according to what and who.
This is just someone again wanting it to fail, trying to stir up the discourse.
Now, to be fair, when you talk about Fantastic Four's tracking, right? There are some people of the mindset that it could have a significant drop in weekend two. That is definitely out there.
It is out there.
That does not. First of all, I remember similar thoughts about Superman going into week two. right? It is already also grossed more worldwide in its first 7 days than Superman grossed in its first 70 days. It has better word of mouth in the first 7 days than Superman had. Superman was a little bit more controversial. So all things being said, I think we just have to sit back and wait and see how the film actually performs in the second week.
No, you guys lost the bet. Both of you guys lost your bets.
The hell I did. The hell I did.
How did we? First of all, it's not over. How did we lose the bet?
Definitely not over. Far from over.
Against Superman and James Gunn. That's why. You're losing. Okay, you didn't lose yet. You're losing. How about that?
How?
How are we losing?
Numbers. What do you mean? How am I losing? And by the way, Grace Randolph did a video. He's quoting Grace Randolph in his thing. So how are you losing? I'll show you. You guys have to go to a little website they call it Box Office Mojo.
Oh, so you're gonna be dishonest, just like this article was being dishonest. How long has Fantastic Four been out? How long has Fantastic Four been out?
You're losing. Like
how long? We can't be losing. They haven't been out
you can
for
be.
the same
You're in the
amount
pro.
of time.
Sometimes in a sport, sometimes in a game, you're watching sports. The team has more points, and then in that second half, the other team gets more points. But the first team was losing.
Doesn't make any sense because both of those teams start the game at the same
exactly.
time.
I was just about to say that.
Four didn't start at the same time.
You have to excuse Chill sometimes.
No, you don't have to excuse Chill. You have to wait for Chill to open the Box Office Mojo website to show.
No, Chill, you just be running, like, especially with the metaphors, because that one's probably one of your top 10 trash metaphors.
You guys are just cutting me off before I got to the proving part. I was gonna pull up a website, I was gonna do comparisons, and then you would be able to say, "Oh no, Chillmonger's right. That is losing." So I'll show you.
But it cannot. No, okay, we know what you're saying. Obviously, the box office for Superman is bigger. That's because Superman came out July 11th. Fantastic Four came out July 24th.
For a whole month.
You think that's what I was gonna say?
That is what you were gonna say.
All right.
Where else could you go with it?
Where else can I go with it? Right?
Then show us. Enlighten us.
This is Box Office Mojo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. If we look at the Sunday, just the Sunday, Superman grossed 31 million, and then on their Monday they grossed 12.9. If I look at the Sunday and Monday for Fantastic Four, it'll be less than that. It'll be less than 31 million.
So it's even
less
worse.
Than 12.
You're cherry picking 2 days out of the second week and saying that it's behind, even though it's grossed more in that same amount of time overall.
No, it hasn't.
You pick 2 days where it's outpaced it on a how much did it drop percentage-wise basis.
Okay.
But then you won't take the
No, you just said something false. You said that overall, through the same amount of time, it's grossed as much.
For the first
on the right side, there's a column or there's a row or that says to date, and we can see to date that on
you're being dishonest. To date, Superman has been out since July 11th. To date, Fantastic Four has been out since last Thursday.
Okay, hear me out.
There's
I'll
not
only
enough
judge
data
it
on both sides to say that Superman is out. What you would have to do,
I'll only judge
a period of time and say, how did this film perform over this amount of time? How did that film perform over this amount of time to compare them at this point? Otherwise, just wait until the run is done and then judge the totality.
So how about I do exactly what you just said
in time, while one film is new and the other film has had weeks to compile its data.
Yeah.
It's either dishonest or just not all the way together.
But that's actually not what I'm doing. I'm doing what you said would be the right thing to do, which is to compare them on the dates. So by the 5th day that Superman was out on that Tuesday, to date, this column here, to date, it grossed $155 million USD. So if Fantastic Four on day 5 has more than 155, then you can say Fantastic Four is winning. Is that
I was talking
correct?
Global box office, right? First week out, Thursday to Sunday, Fantastic Four grossed $218 million globally. What's going on, Pam?
Hi, Pam.
In the same time frame, with an extra day, mind you, because we had the Wednesday, hey, Amazon, buy your tickets, you can come see the movie early thing, right? And they could put all of that into the first week's data. It got $205 million.
Okay.
I'm just saying, based off of first week numbers alone, you can tell me about what percentage it dropped on a Monday and a Tuesday comparatively to Superman.
But I didn't
tell
you
your argument for it being behind.
That's not the argument. I didn't bring up percentage drops.
Okay, fine. But you're
Oh,
also giving me only domestic box office through a Tuesday. Give me total box office through that same date and tell me what it was.
The website doesn't show total box office, including the internationals.
So we're cherry picking data, and we're trying to say that a film is behind based off of cherry picked data. You're picking a point that fits what you're saying.
Here's why it's not cherry picked.
This proves my point.
Here's why it's not cherry picked. They're performing virtually the same internationally split and the domestic split.
Right, but that doesn't say that's talking about a percentage split. It's not talking about an overall gross, which is what I am talking about. A percentage split.
And it is the overall gross.
How much money you're making internationally versus how much you're making here at home domestically. It does
they're
not
both
talk
doing the
about
same.
how much you've made overall total. That is the number that matters in our bet, right? We're not talking about what percentage they drop week over week. We're betting how much money it makes overall, correct? So why would it on any other data point matter in that?
Because the movie is performing poor international. It's performing better domestically, just like Superman. They're both doing the same thing. That's why.
But they're not, because one film has made more money between their domestic box office and their international box office than the other.
Yes.
Virtually the same and the same, or not the same thing. One film is ahead.
Okay, then. You will not accept any of these numbers comparing Monday to Monday, Tuesday to Tuesday. You won't accept it because it doesn't have the international number on it. But if it did, you would. That's actually fair, Marcus. I'll give you that.
And also, it's based off of the parameters you set. You said the film was losing. If you would have said, hey, Superman and Fantastic Four are looking very similar in terms of how they're performing box office wise, I would have had no argument for you. You can't definitively say that it's losing when it's been out a quarter of the time the other film has been out.
But that's not the God. You see, you're applying.
Like if I start a race a quarter mile behind you,
I'm talking.
But again, if I start a race a quarter mile behind you and you're still ahead of me, are you winning the race? Is that how you define it? You're winning the race?
No, because I wasn't including the extra 2 weeks that Superman had when I said the statement that Superman is winning. But you just jumped in there and hit me with the all that, and I'm saying
repeat
no.
Repeat that. I didn't get what you're saying.
Because when I started talking and I said that Superman is winning, I wasn't trying to add the extra 2 weeks worth of days that it was on sale. I was only going to limit it to the first 5 days of data that we have for Fantastic Four, to the first 5 days of data what Superman performed
as. That's not what you did. You went to the second week of Superman and pointed to the Monday and Tuesday drop off and compared it to Fantastic Four. If you would have compared the first 5 days,
do that. No, that's not what I did. I didn't go to the second week of Superman just now to show you how it performed. I didn't do that.
Am I tripping?
I went to day 5.
Hey, we have as you know, because we have a group message. Me and him do a show in the mornings now.
Mm-hmm.
This is all the time between us. So this is all you, brother. I got him tomorrow. I got him tomorrow.
Did we not just look at Fantastic Four second week, Monday and Tuesday, and compare it to what Superman?
He most definitely did. He's definitely gaslighting you, but he definitely did.
So wait, this page here is Fantastic Four's week second. What? No, I only went to the Superman page. I didn't touch that.
Then you compared that to Fantastic Four's Tuesday, right?
So this area here, like Tuesday, July 15, Tuesday. It's pinch. I know it's hard to read. It's small.
So I'll give you that. July 15th, right? Yeah. After the July 11th premiere is the start of week 2. No, actually Monday, it's July 14th would be the start of week 2. So this is literally week 2 that we're pointing at right now.
No. See, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still the first week.
Stop it. No, you know how movies work. I don't know if you're being dishonest or if this is like an education right now. The first week includes the early premieres all the way through the first weekend. The week restarts on Monday. I know that a actual week is 7 days, but the film's first week only includes early previews in the first weekend.
Okay, so when you say second week, you mean after Monday? It's a new week.
Yes.
That's how you mean it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying what you meant by second week.
Appreciate it. Yeah. But even still, it's like, no, we don't have to do this anymore. We can go.
Funny.
Thank you, Blue.
Funny. So it's not over?
No. It's
over.
No, I mean this conversation.
Nah,
yes,
bro.
but
When can
competition.
when can I say Superman made more money, guys? When's that?
Yeah, what's the cap?
Out of the theaters, and we know what they're going to make when they're done.
Okay. That is it right there. When they're both out of theaters and both done making money, that's when we would know.
That feels like the fairest way to judge them.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't want to do it that way because it scares you.
No, we don't need to wait until like those final days when it's only gross. Hey, like we'll know by then.
No, I hear you. There's going to be a point where they both slow down to the point where you can call it, but we're not there yet. I don't think we're there yet.
No, it hasn't even been out a week. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Fantastic Four hasn't lost. It's just losing.
Can we go back to the beginning?
I love how he knew where I was going with that one.
That's fine. Can we go back to the inception of where we started with this when I said Jurassic Park was going to kick both of these films' ass? Can I at least get my credit for that?
Got you credit. I don't know why I'm patting you on your head. High five. Yeah, there we go. There.
You saw Rob Liefeld, what he said.
Yeah. Let's go. That'll be a good segue into Liefeld.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said
that you cared about. Why did you want to cover this so badly?
Okay, I hate when you do that because you do that shit in the mornings. When you say, "I hate why did you want to cover this so badly?" Because it's a damn topic. It's a hot topic. That's why.
You just want to have a spat, like me and
Marcus. No, I don't want to have a spat. I don't want to have a spat. You just poke the fucking bear. You come at me, bro. What do you mean? Why is it a topic? And you didn't have to add that extra. Why'd you want to talk about this so bad? That extra shit. That wasn't needed. That you asked for that. So anyway, it is a hot topic. People are talking about it. Rob Liefeld.
It's the people going.
Yeah, he's out there saying shit. That's what it is. He got on Twitter. Took some pictures of theater showing that he went to at the Fantastic Four, got online and bashed Marvel. And people have been retweeting him, calling him calling him a hater, calling him all types of different things. Somebody said, I go to that same theater as you. You're wrong. It's that I'm looking at the tickets and it's sold out on some theaters and blah, blah, blah. So the thing is Rob being... Because every time Marvel puts out a film, he did this for Thunderbolts. He did it for Captain America. He's done it ever since he didn't get invited to the after party. He said, "Blurred as fuck would never."
I can't wait till the next time I'm watching y'all stream and Mika is reaming y'all's ass out, and I can say the same shit. I can say the same shit.
I don't need this. I got popcorn in your beard.
Shout out to Blurred AF on Tuesdays, y'all.
Yes.
Mondays. Sorry.
Yes. So that's what it was. People were kind of calling him out on it. But again, it's just a pattern. He did it with Captain America, did it with Thunderbolts. He's doing it with Fantastic Four. But he's been doing this ever since the beef with Feige at Deadpool and Wolverine's premiere.
So, yeah, at what point does he just go total bitter bish? Well, no, I mean, he's not stopping, obviously, but like, when does it come off as just total bitterness? Like, I think there's still a contingency of people who are in the I hate Feige camp who, want to believe Rob Liefeld and be on his side and say things that he say, but I don't think they're of the many, at least not yet. So I don't think he's winning public perception by doing this. I think he's in a much different place than Beau DeMaio. I think people who defend Beau DeMaio defend him for other reasons than just hating Disney. He's got workplace allegations of workplace violations and abuse and all other kind of things that would charge that situation. Rob Liefeld ain't got that. Rob Liefeld has, hey, they didn't give me a handshake. They didn't treat me like a white man. Okay. I'm a white man in this business. Treat me like one. And so it's kind of like, yeah, I guess, but I'm not about to be over there fighting with you like that, Rob. So it's kind of, he doesn't have the audience, I think, that Bo DeMaio has to fight these battles.
And he's getting called out about, like you said, he is getting called out because it does seem, and from my perspective, what I'm looking at, it does seem like you are still butthurt from the Deadpool stuff. Because before it was, you know, when you were on set for Deadpool and you were saying how great it was and how much you loved the movie and this and that. It wasn't until whatever happened at the premiere, you know, if it was the whole not getting to go to the backstage party or the after party or whatever it was, that's what triggered it. And then from there, it's been, oh, Brave New World sucks. The CGI is ass. And this is the same CGI from Deadpool. That fight scene, that fight scene with all the Deadpools and Wolverine, that was ass. That fight wasn't ass, but there was moments of that CGI
where he was killing Lady Deadpool and all the other Deadpool. That shit was dope.
No, it was dope. I liked it. It was dope. But there's moments where the CGI, like with on Wolverine, especially when he had the.
Oh, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect.
So that's what I mean. Like, you know, CGI in Brave New World wasn't perfect. I don't like that movie worth of shit, but Red Hulk I thought he looked pretty damn good. So it's like, you know, then you go into Thunderbolts, then you go into whatever he said about Fantastic Four. It was a bitter thing, I think.
Yeah, because I don't agree with him. I think if he was able to call balls and strikes and still criticize Feige, it would make it a little bit more tenable. But you're not calling balls and strikes. Like it was a terrible, boring movie. I don't think it was all of that. I don't think it's everything you described it to be. I think a little bit of your feelings is in that critique.
I agree.
And just like that, the credibility of him, you know, the consistency of him complaining makes him that sour kind of. He used to work there. Now he doesn't like them anymore. So we're just going to not, you know, we're not going to cite him anymore in our articles as skilled comic book creator, legendary image founder, Rob Liefeld. He's not that anymore. He is man yelling at the clouds now. The more and more he goes. So he stepped on it. I think he ruined a lot. Especially, you know, there's fans of this movie. People actually like it. Most people say it's good and they enjoyed it and all that good stuff. You don't want them not to be on your side, right? You don't want them to be fighting you in your replies, talking about how no, that was actually nice. The surfing scene in the thing, I loved it, and all the you know the benefits of the movie, the pluses. Sorry, I keep kicking my mic. He's ruining it. Skilled comic book.
You're coming through your camera.
Come through the camera.
While he's doing that, I'll say this because I do see some of the comments. I don't want to make it seem as if we take it back to the red carpet thing when Rob came out and said how he was treated, that I was on Marvel's side. I was not. I was one of the ones on Twitter saying the same thing that like a lot of others were saying, well, you know, Marvel needs to put more respect on comic creators, on the writers. You know, Rob is his version of Deadpool, the version that he writes upon is the one that they really adapted into the MCU. That's why he was, you know, called upon. That's why he was on set for some things and things like that. So yeah, I was definitely on Rob's side. It's just now turned into like, okay, Rob, like but no, I was definitely on his side during that time.
Yeah, it's just running a little thin is all. Yeah. People complain about first world problems. I don't think it's really the time for such stuff, for such things.
I have seen that on Twitter. I don't want to say I've turned on it either. I don't think I've turned on it, but it's funny as fuck. I mean, it's just not like, you know, I think when I first came out of the theater, I was just high on Deadpool being in the MCU and yeah, all that shit. But it's still a great movie. I love the movie. Love Deadpool, especially love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but I don't think it's a masterpiece.
No, far from it.
Salute to Jerry Duggan for writing Deadpool 2.
My favorite. It's the best one, I think. We do have Supas.
I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mind I ain't forget. Woke up drunk.
Darius glazing the Fantastic Four.
Oh, my glazing. You know, I saw something online that said people can't like anything anymore. People can't do anything anymore because if you do, and you're glazing or you're this or you're that or whatever, I guess I'm a glazer for the Fantastic Four. I like the movie. Now, on my second watch, I agree with what Pam said earlier. I said this after the first time I watched it too, but I agree even strongly more so that it's not enough action. I know that's not what they were going for. But it is not enough action.
Maybe it was in the 15 minutes that they cut.
Maybe it's that 15 minutes. So a lot of those screenshots have been put out from the trailers and seem like a lot more sitting and talking.
Probably, yeah, because it is so expensive to create those action scenes. They wouldn't not use them.
Yeah. So I didn't like. I still really, really, really like that movie. I think it's still in my probably top 10 MCU favorite films. But on my second watch, it wasn't the same. Even my Superman second watch wasn't the same as my first watch. It just wasn't the same, but I still really liked them both. Just wasn't that same, like, high on them.
Top 10 is all right, though, when there's 37 movies.
Yeah. I think this is really one of their best ones that they've done.
What does that say when it is one of the best movies that they've done, and they're struggling to compete with a film that's just now crossed $500 million after 4 weeks? Nope. That was for Darius. It was for Darius. That setup was for Darius.
The way you characterized it was it's struggling to compete.
Was perfect. Oh, you talking about the way that I set it up? I mean, it's competing, but it's slow. I think, first of all, we walked into a summer in July expecting Superman and Fantastic Four to be competing for the top spot in July, to be posting up box office numbers. I still have Mr. Coleman in here telling me that this film was going to hit $1 billion goddamn dollars. So expectations were much, much higher. I am just saying that Fantastic Four is not really doing, I don't think, what Marvel expects it to do. If it hits $500 million and soars past Superman, I still don't think that's necessarily what they wanted out of this film.
You said struggling to compete. I said losing. That's why I timed you out.
Okay. One of the things, though, that we all said, and not just us here, but people in the chat said it, people on, I'm sure, Blue and Dre talked about it on Blurred. Other big channels have talked about it, and that was after the Thunderbolts. Even after Brave New World, we knew the Thunderbolts was going to do what the Thunderbolts did. And even after Thunderbolts, the questions lingered into the Fantastic Four. It was like, okay, well, is Thunderbolts' success or lack thereof success going to affect the Fantastic Four's theatrical run? And it looks like it is.
Seems so.
It looks like it is. And now the conversation on Twitter, God, let me find that. It was, they're talking about disastrous doomsday numbers. I mean, I don't know how they're counting those numbers a year ahead of time, but they're projecting disastrous doomsday numbers. Let me find that.
Spider-Man impervious to this? Is he?
I think he is. I think he is. That especially when they're out here talking about this is going to be the most campy, comic booky Spider-Man film that Marvel's ever given. Like they're saying they're giving it some high praise right now these past few days. Let me find this shit.
And what's so funny about
here it
is who was that just came out and said they're still writing the fucking script? Sue Storm has no idea. Vanessa Kirby has no idea how much she's going to be in Doomsday because they're still writing the script. I'm sorry. What?
Yep, that's not just her. They asked Rebecca Romijn the other day too.
That's who it was. Rebecca Romijn. It wasn't Vanessa Kirby. It was Rebecca Romijn.
Yeah.
I have no clue. They're still writing the script. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Do me a favor. Actually, chill. I can do it.
Tell them they're making movies without writing a script. It's gonna blow his top.
I think the projections is like, okay, what China used to be able to do for us was come in, make and now like China isn't exactly welcoming to our movies the way that they used to be. I think that's what the projections of Projecting Doom is all about. I just have to see. I'd have to see an actual like big movie fail in China. Like Avengers worked so well. Avengers Endgame was so good. Got Robert Downey again. Will this Secret Wars and Doomsday fail? I think I have to wait for that first. And then
so Spider-Man then would be the canary in the coal mine. If Spider-Man underperforms in China,
they didn't have China for No Way Home, so I can't really compare it. I'd have to compare it to Far From Home.
Okay.
Yeah,
this here,
a teller, a canary in the coal mine. We'd be able to know. Ooh, yeah, we did lose the Chinese audience.
Why is it? Oh, that's yours.
Whoops.
These are all the 2025 or 2026 movies coming out. Now, this is a little old because I don't think it's May 1st any longer, that date.
Hell no, they moved it back 9 months or 7 months, something like that.
But these movies, I wish it would show the full thing. This won't. Go the fuck away.
The hell is Goat? Scream.
Hold on, let me save this image.
That Scream movie getting pushed too. They don't even have a star. They have a star or a co-star. What is the movie going to be about?
Shut up. Chill, it was quick. It was quick.
Pixar's Hoppers. Does Pixar even market anymore? Where does their marketing budget go? The
Exorcist movies, not 2026 movies, not safer. You know, if you're gonna use it for Morning Report, you could say Morning Report, and just good luck finding that one again.
Hail Mary.
I think maybe now that you laughed at it, you might actually remember it.
Oh, that shit's funny. Hold on, I'm pulling it back up, Marcus. If I have the full picture here, do I? Oh yeah.
Ninja is that Turtles like a real cow? Yeah. Like you can put your head in that?
Oh no, I wish. No. But it is like it's life size like that, but there's like a big bar going through the middle.
I was about to say I would wear that around the house constantly.
When I took it out of the box, I was like, "Now, can I put?" Because I was asking the dude the store. He's like, "I really don't know." I was like, "Let me find out."
Marvel's conceded in an article I read.
No, go.
They're in rebuild mode. This is Kobe Spidey with Smush Parker Lakers. Who's gonna be their pal? The X-Men are gonna be the Gasol trade.
This is all of 2026 here.
Mandu Grogu, Mega Minions, that's gonna make some money. Toy Story 5 will make some money. Spider-Man 4, Paw Patrol 3. There's been 2 Paw Patrols already. I thought it was this one.
And I think both have killed it.
Masters of the Universe. Is that the live action one?
Yes.
That they're making June 5th. That seems soon.
That might be a miss.
I think some of these dates might have changed since then. Obviously, Avengers has.
Terrifier coming out in October. That's going to be a huge hit in around Halloween.
I don't think Narnia is going to be as a big hit as they want it to be.
It better be. Narnia better knock everybody's fucking socks off. She got a 10-picture deal.
She did.
Greta Thunberg, or not Thunberg.
But have you seen the stuff that she's done so far? I think Meryl Streep is playing Aslan. So Aslan is female. They're making
why does the lion need to change gender? See, this is one of my first red flags. It's a lion. Why did we need to make Meryl Streep the lion? That's a red flag. I feel like we're just gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff that don't need to be done to send social messages that nobody's gonna listen to.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell they did that.
Making another Ice Age last Friday. Shout out to New Line Cinema on that one. Shrek 5, Scary Movie 6. Shout out to the Wayans brothers.
Definitely that's probably going to do very well. I'll be there on that one for sure.
Fast X Part 2.
Jumanji 3. Do you think I like the first 2 Jumanjis, especially that second one? That shit is funny when they switch the bodies again, but
they all mix matched.
That shit is funny.
I've never seen a Jumanji, probably other than the Robin Williams version in the theater.
Really, you should watch the first one when the first reboot with Kevin Hart.
No, I've seen it. I'm just saying had never seen either one of the new rebooted movies in the theaters. I only ever
in the theaters. I didn't see him in the theaters either. So I guess maybe that's okay. Well, maybe that speaks.
The last ones came out also in December.
Yeah, no, and I didn't see him in theaters. Now, Paw Patrol, like I said, that shit killed the first 2 times. But Paw Patrol is Paw Patrol.
But it didn't have Super Mario and Toy Story. How often do people bring their kids
Minions?
Or Minions? Where's
Minions?
Minions?
Those 3, Mario Brothers, Minions, and Toy Story are going to clean up almost automatically.
So by the
and
time
then
you
probably
get the
Shrek.
By the time you get the Paw Patrol, you might be worried that all the kids at school were talking about Toy Story and talking about Mario and Mega Minions, and the kids don't want to see Paw Patrol.
What about Ice Age? You think Ice Age can have now I stopped at I think really it's the first 3 for me. I really like the first 3. I like no, that's the second one. Continental Drift. Continental Drift's the second one. What's the one with the old lady? I didn't like that one. Sid's grandma or the old sloth. I didn't like that.
Sounds like you above.
Or Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes played the voice.
Gotcha.
I could tell you why it will succeed. For the same reason Moana 2 is huge. Lilo and Stitch did huge. Frozen, maybe Frozen still doesn't count. But the Disney Plus era and all of these kids having these movies and these IP and revisiting it over and over and over again is making people want to come see the new Ice Age.
So now Ice Age. I can see that argument for Ice Age. What do you think about Shrek 5? Has there
Disney
been
Plus,
too big of a lull for Shrek?
No, Shrek is not. Shrek is, I think, like Peacock. Shrek is not on Disney.
No, it's the DreamWorks thing, so it's got to be either P-Work or Prime. P-Work.
You got to get it.
Prime.
It's on Peacock, Amazon, Apple TV.
He needs to be on commercials. You need to license him out, put him on cereal boxes ahead of time, familiarize kids with Shrek because it's been a while since Puss in Boots may have been 4 years ago now.
Is Shrek Paramount or is it DreamWorks? I thought they was DreamWorks.
It's DreamWorks.
It says so.
Yeah, Shrek is DreamWorks. But yeah, we'll see how that Shrek does. I like I said, I love Shrek. The first 2, love them. That third one, tolerate it. Fourth one, you lost me. But we'll see how this one does.
Now, what I'm interested in is this Mummy remake. Are we gonna let Tom Cruise just take it over and we running with it? He's the Mummy guy from now on. Are we resetting? We going back to the Brendan Fraser version of these things? Obviously not with Brendan Fraser acting. I don't think his back will allow it. But like that type of O'Connell and his group going back to Egypt and fighting mummies. That's what I would be down for. That last one with Tom Cruise, I wasn't really feeling it.
I think that is what they're doing here. Well, let me see. It's let me see on that one. While I look at that, The Exorcist, is this a remake of Linda Blair's Exorcist?
It says The Exorcist, so I'm imagining some sort of dip into the past.
A lot of horror.
All these remakes.
We need to be talking that bottom corner. Fast and Furious 10 Part 2. Whatever stupid name they're going to use for this movie, I don't care. I'm interested in how they're going to do the finale. Is Jacob alive?
This mummy is not like Brendan Fraser or Tom Cruise's mummy. This is something completely different.
Okay. Don't hate it. Just don't know if I love it either.
Wait, is it? Hold on. Let me make sure.
So then why call it The Mummy?
Let me make sure. Production begins in Ireland with Jack.
Fast and Furious 10 Part 2.
It is. It is like those. This reboot promises a fresh horror-focused take, aiming to offer from the previous Mummy, aiming to be different from a little different. It says will differ from the previous Mummy films, but it is a reboot. They say.
We said in a moment they go old school, like in the 50s. Well, that's how the original series was set in the 50s. I don't know. I guess we'll just wait around and see what happens, but it's not very hard to do, I don't think.
I didn't see part 1 of Fast 10. I haven't seen Fast. I think, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, Fast 7 was it, I think, for me.
Well, Brian might be in the Fast 10 part 2. Fast 11, he'll be in it.
Family.
Yep.
As his, like, they're using the brother.
Yeah, because you know he never died. Brian never died. He just drove off into the sunset while Wiz Khalifa was singing. So
yeah, now I have seen a scene or something from a future film after 7 where he like shows up and picks up, like, you don't see his face, but doesn't he pick up the kid or something like that from school? Or
nah, he drives and it's his blue car. We all know that's him, and then that's the end of the movie because he drove to the address because they were all eating food at the front yard. Yeah, it was a cool little. Oh, that's Brian. He's coming. He's gonna be part of the picnic, and that was it.
I see. Fast 7 was probably, I think, one of the best ones. I really liked Fast 7, but I stopped after because it just got like I didn't even watch.
Way. It's just we were accepting it. This shit started out as street racing, okay? They were investigating these niggas for selling illegal parts, and now all of a sudden they are international vigilantes that sometimes work with the government to get shit done because they're family. This shit is ridiculous.
They don't work with the government. They work with Mr. Nobody.
Which is the government. Goddamn ops. All of them feds. Every single one of them.
Well, keep watching. You got 3 movies to watch. Here, I'll save you a scene from the 8th Fast and Furious movie. It was called Fate of the Furious.
I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money.
Yeah, they'll never get that nigga back in one.
That's from a Fast and Furious movie?
Yeah, he was the soccer coach, remember?
Wait a minute. That scene right there is from a Fast and Furious movie that you just played?
Yes.
I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money.
Boy, I thought this was a Disney movie. I thought that was I honestly thought that was, what's that movie? Game Plan? Game Yard or Yard Game or whatever with Madison Pettis.
I knew it wasn't Game Plan because The Rock still had his hair in Game Plan.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Didn't he?
Not as many tribal tattoos in that movie.
That's true. Well, I really thought that was a Disney flick. That is crazy. That's Fast and Furious. Nope, haven't seen it.
That's the beginning of Fate of the Furious. That's how they start the movie.
$2 super chat. DP and W is a storytelling nightmare. Just callbacks. Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes. Yeah. I like I said, I like the film. I had fun with it. I have fun with
callbacks.
Nightmare? That's strong. It's not the strongest story.
Yeah.
It's heavily dependent on nostalgia. But, we like it. So kick rocks.
Make a name for myself here. I like when Deadpool turned to the camera. You're about to enjoy this, guys. And then he just fought him. It was all right. It had its moments.
What in the ass?
He's different because I was laughing every other minute. He had something funny to say. It was very light. It was cool. Even if it was in a different universe.
Yeah, you're getting on my nerves with that. I saw you comment under Rob's thing and tried to encourage him and say, oh yeah, maybe it's because it's in a different universe.
Rob Liefeld, is that what you meant?
Yes.
Yeah, you posted a Viola Davis gif.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's just get up and
am I allowed to like the MCU only and like not favor other universes? Is that okay with you? Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm not going into this.
Good to have your permission.
It's no.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
Michael Nemo, $10. Appreciate you. I do couples and family counseling by day, and when I tune into y'all, there are definite parallels. You guys are close to polling chat to find out who is right when you argue. Would you guys want that? I don't think that these two would care to like poll the chat. I think we're all three of us, we're like, we believe in ourselves enough and we don't need no external
Well,
validation.
I'll tell you this. The chat typically is on Marcus and I's side.
When are you guys go on me?
Marcus doesn't have to. He doesn't have to say it. He can be modest. I'll say it. Yeah, we get the W's typically. The L's come your way. Now, if you want to see that in number form,
I don't think we should do that.
I also don't care if everyone says Chillmonger's wrong about the Fantastic Four box office. It's just, sure, guys. Yeah, I was wrong. I wasn't. You know, I don't care.
I was wrong. I wasn't.
Yeah. So, and that they were, yeah. Some of them disagreed with me yesterday on the X-Men and how they should be represented in the future, and that's okay. I still stand strong in what I say.
What was your take on that? Do you like that they're going young?
I don't mind them going young. I just think, again, this is going to be controversial when I say this. I just think when you are casting, and we're casting for Kitty, and that's fine. I like Kitty. I do. I think that she is great. But when you are having the numbers you're having for Fantastic Four, and then you're maybe, we don't know what Marvel's thinking, having a mini heart attack about numbers for Avengers movies and things like that. Is it going to be the $1 billion film or whatever? When you're rebooting the X-Men, I would think, let's go with that core group that everybody knows. So we've heard from rumors that Wolverine's going to be on Alpha Flight. He won't be there. Right now, it's just Jean and Scott, and obviously probably Professor Xavier as the only ones that casuals would remember from the Fox universe. Now, when you start throwing some Kitties and some of these other ones in there, and then you want to throw that on a poster in a dying MCU in your reboot, and you want casuals to cling to that, I'm thinking that's not a good idea.
It depends on how obscure they get. I think Kitty Pryde they can get away with. She's been purposed in other media before. The Juno chick played her in the original movies and in the Singer movies. But let's say that they want to introduce Psylocke. They want to go down as far as what's the chick who has like the 3D mapped suit armor? You know, if they want to go Jamie Madrox, I don't think going that deep into the well is going to serve them without some of the staples around. So like you're saying, if they're going to start out with Wolverine on Alpha Flight, you need a Brute. Like you need a Brute somewhere in there. Like, is Colossus around? Is we getting a more animalistic beast? I don't know, but like that role goes unfilled if you start the show without Logan. Also, from the Variety article that I'm sure we'll discuss here tonight, it seems like they're going cheaper. They're doing what Chillmonger wants. They want to go wrangle up a whole bunch of young actors and lock them into a long-term deal that probably will be devalued halfway through. But that's what they're talking about. And on top of that, just overall spending less on productions. Those are things that I don't want to hear at the same time that we're getting very young actors. I don't want to hear that the budgets are getting cut. I don't want to hear that we're getting more grounded storytelling or like that those things don't sound very appealing going.
That was my next thing that I was just about to say. So then when you have Kevin Feige, that was whenever it was some weeks ago, saying, they wanted, or it was Bo that said they wanted a more intimate X-Men story. I'm not speaking verbatim what word for word what he said, but they wanted a more grounded X-Men story, and he wanted to go with what we got, that wide scoped spectacle story, soap opera telling that kept us all entertained. If they go the route that I think Kevin Feige and them are wanting to go, and that's that more doled down, not spectacle look, I just don't know. Again, in a dying MCU, and we are talking about people not going to see the Fantastic Four, people didn't go see Thunderbolts, people didn't go see Brave New World, which we predicted all these things. It starts to get sweaty I'm gonna go see Avengers, but it starts to get sweaty. I don't know if the name Avengers alone is going to be able, or I don't know. One day I'm thinking, because yesterday I'm thinking something different. Today, numbers for Fantastic Four got you thinking going a different route. So I don't know. I don't know. It depends on the success of the next two Avengers films. I don't know.
Those films need momentum to succeed, though. Like, people have to have a reason. I think we have kind of gotten to the point where we expect the brand of the Avengers to carry. I'm not of that thinking. I think that the brand got to the level of where it is because during those other iterations, when they came out, Endgame, Infinity War, Age of Ultron, even the first Avengers movie, those films had so much anticipation. People were waiting for payoffs at that point. When we got to that first Avengers movie, we were ready to see a crescendo. We were ready to see something come together. Exactly. Same thing with Age of Ultron. We were in the middle of building up another saga. We were just giving us the little Easter egg of Thanos at the end of the last Avengers movie. We wanted to see more. We were hanging on for a thread. Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, self-explanatory, right? You fast forward 5 years off of that, and you slap an Avengers title on a movie that's doing not so well in the box office to try to boost the marketing around it, and it doesn't do jack shit, and it doesn't do anything to affect it. So I do think that that level of anticipation aids in the brand recognition. I don't think it's all just brand recognition. You slap the Avengers title on it and it's going to make a bunch of money.
I agree. I don't think they are in that place anymore.
Like, the fact you even talking about doing Alpha Flight shows me your mind is not in the right spot, fam. Your mind is not in the right place. Okay. Or no, okay, maybe not. What if they're going to do a Wolverine series and they're just going to start him off in Alpha Flight? I would rather see that first if we're going to do 13, 14, 15-year-old X-Men that we're just going to watch mature. Like, yeah, start me off with James Howlett out there in Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm sure Storm is going to be there. I mean, Scott Jean's there. They're casting for Scott and Jean. They cast for Storm, I'd assume, for this group.
Do you think this makes Storm an older lady? Is she going to be one of the teachers, or is she going to be a student?
I don't want her to be a student. I didn't like that in the Fox reboot that they did. It was maybe the way they handled Storm. I didn't like the way they handled Storm. I didn't like it. I didn't like the Halle Berry Storm, but I would prefer she be not older, but older
enough to be an instructor.
Yeah,
enough to be T'Challa's wife.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yes. So, I mean, I would assume she's going to be there. I mean, I thought that was the reports early on too, that they were casting for some of them to be younger, but they wanted like some of the core members that they were going to have in the film to be the older. So I think Scott, Jean, and her are instructors. I don't think Scott and Jean are, because who's the dude that they were casting for Scott? Rumored to be casting for Scott. What's his name?
No clue. You're breaking some news to me.
Let me pull him up.
Brandon Sklenar?
No, that's Batman DC. Scott casting X-Men. This dude.
Oh, Patrick Schwarzenegger from what's it called?
From
White Lotus.
Not Patrick is one of the ones that was rumored as well, but he wasn't the one that had the strong. Somebody's gonna say his name in the chat. Yeah, thank you, Stamina. Harris
Dickinson.
He just did that movie with what's her name that starts every AMC movie?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, where he's like it's like a boy toy game with her. It's a good movie. But yeah, him.
He has an annoyingly punchable face. I could see him as Scott for sure.
I could see him as Scott. Have they done any fan art?
I think he lines up well with a very rugged, animalistic type of character that he would need to rub up against when he's playing with Logan. So like I could see his baby face contrast with whoever they cast as Logan playing pretty well, actually.
Yeah. Harris Dickinson is being considered for the role. I don't know. I watched that movie specifically when I saw that he was being rumored to be cast in this film, and I knew he had. It was like one of the HBO Max's like title films that they were really heavily advertising. Watched it. First time I had seen him act. I think he's a good actor. I think he's a good actor. I mean, I think he looks the part.
Yep, sure does. I think Patrick does a little bit more. Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Hold on.
All three of them kids in White Lotus from the last season are Arnold's kids. All three.
Let me see, because this girl, she's young. I think she's like 14. Where is she? Help me out, guys. What was the little girl's name that was being looked at for Kitty?
I know who you're talking about too. Now I can't think of her name.
She's like, she's young. I think it's her.
You can see plenty of Scott Summers' face, and yes, I would very much so like
Julia Butters. Julia Butters. Kitty Pryde. This is who they say they were looking at to be Kitty. Man, she's young. She's
14. You go by the audition. You don't go by their prior work or like their.
She's 16. Yeah. She's young.
So like if I'm going to be forced to be watching these characters most of the time throughout the series, I'm assuming I don't think they would have Scott and Jean being instructors if they didn't intend on the child cast to carry at least the lion's share of the storytelling duties. But if you're going to be doing that, you got to give me something to balance this out. I don't want this to turn into a pure teen come of age story. That's just not what I'm showing up to X-Men for. And to be quite frank, most of the time that they go that route in the comic books, it's usually a fail. When they do young day in the life books for X-Men, it is usually some of the most unpopular shit.
I just want to go on record and say, I've been saying this. I don't think this is a good idea. And if this, and I say this every time too, 10 years ago, not even 10 years ago, after Infinity Saga, this would have worked. Now, I don't think it's a good idea.
Why didn't they start? Dog, you've had them since 2017. Endgame happened in 2019. You could have been laying breadcrumbs. We could have been putting Easter eggs in. But again, they're still writing narrative all the way up until when they're into post-production. They're still writing narrative now.
Yeah.
They have no chance to plan ahead because they change so often.
The breadcrumbs was Ralph Boner, Kamala Khan, and Deadpool Wolverine.
That was them dipping their toe into it and then not fully committing.
Remember in She-Hulk, wasn't there that one dude who was a mutant in She-Hulk that she had to defend against?
Yes. I know you're talking about too. Yeah.
Help me out here, chat. Was this her? Yes, this was her. This was the girl they're looking at for Jubilee. So Jubilee is going to apparently be there as well. I just don't think that. And again, I like Jubilee. I like Kitty. I just don't think this is a good idea to start the X-Men in a failing MCU. That's not a good idea.
They went to Madripoor, right? They went to Madripoor, dug their feet into that. Mara Musa was supposed to show up in the Black Widow movie. It either got cut or maybe it was an erroneous leak. But I mean, there were times where they felt like they were going to start dipping their toes into mutant shit. And it wasn't until 2022's Miss Marvel that we officially got a.
But look, that cartoon is where Jubilee is from, and Jubilee's Chinese. You want the Chinese box office. They think Oh, we can pander. We can make 7th on the casting can be Jubilee, and in will come all those hundreds of millions.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. I've been saying it. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea.
Namor. There you go.
She's right. Namor. Cool Khan.
Namor. They call him Cool Khan.
I'm again after Infinity War Endgame, when everybody was just loving Marvel, you could have done this and it would have probably worked. Now that doesn't work. It does not work. I don't hate it. I'm just saying what the overall, because I'd be there day one. I was there day one for Fantastic Four. I saw Thunderbolts day one. I saw Brave New Shit day one. I'd see this day one. But the overall audience, I don't know, bro. The example I used was let's say Marvel puts out a poster and it's Kitty and Jubilee and you see Scott, you see Storm, you see maybe they don't use Scott, Storm, and them. Maybe they use the kids that they're just on the poster that they're trying to advertise, and maybe you see Professor X. As a casual, and we had a casual a casual viewer in the chat yesterday that said,
what was his name?
His name was I'm a casual fan. He said, I'm a casual fan and I don't know who Kitty is. So my point to that was, if they do a poster and they put that out and casual fans are walking by and they're like, oh God, the X-Men finally, who the fuck are they? Because where's Storm? Where's Jean? Where's Scott? Where's Beast? Where's Logan?
You know what? Especially after X-Men 97. Now that I'm putting this in the proper context.
I need to think about that.
The last time we saw the X-Men in media anywhere is X-Men 97, and it was extremely popular. So imagine bucking that setup, right? That feel of the X-Men when you bring them to live action. That's why I honestly think that's why they've reworked season 2 of X-Men 97 so much, because they're probably going for some type of brand symmetry. They want what's represented in an animated medium to be what they can repurpose on the live action. If they're not going to go with what they did in season 1, though, it's going to be very hard to do.
Indeed it is. So I just again stand by, I do not think that this is a good idea.
I think, Sanju, the villains have been said to be Mr. Sinister, or at least the overarching villain for the first arc of the X-Men is going to be Mr. Sinister.
I'd have to ask, where's enthusiasm right now for Marvel? And it's like a comeback year, right? And then I'd have to ask, where's the enthusiasm after Spider-Man, Doomsday, and Secret Wars? Plus, there's that one movie that's in the middle in 2027. We don't know what it is. Could be Blade, Black Panther, who knows? Maybe enthusiasm will be so high. Maybe, I'm saying maybe. I'm still with you, Darius, that it's the wrong choice. But maybe it'll be so high, people won't mind to go see this version of X-Men.
Maybe. And Culture Made, typically you and I do agree on in the chat on things. This one, I don't dislike Anthony Mackie. I don't. But one of the things the only thing that I will say on this is, and I don't take credit for this quote. This is what T'Challa, the Black Panther Facts Twitter page said when he said co-signing killing the Black Panther only to get, well, he's not the real Captain America by said killer. This is the same man that co-signed Marvel killing Black Panther. And on top of him co-signing Marvel killing Black Panther, got all buttered up by Marvel to be what he told us, the Captain America for the next 10 years, just for the boss that helped kill the Black Panther to sit down in an interview last weekend and say, well, we're going to recast for Captain America and for Iron Man. So,
yeah.
Man's just be saying anything, because now I'm looking at it like, all right, bet. So you can come out and acknowledge why Captain America paled in comparison in terms of box office to some of its other predecessors, right? Oh, because this is the first one without Steve. Obviously, people were offset by Steve not being there. Could you open up your mouth and tell us why $1 billion solo franchise came in at $850? Could you maybe chime in on that and let us know why that film didn't make as much money?
Because it was the first one without T'Challa.
No. Shit. It's so like they want to give us common wisdom and common sense on certain things, and then on other things it's like, well, I'm gonna just pretend that water isn't wet. I'm gonna just pretend that it's rain falling on my head and you're not pissing on me.
Yeah, he's Anthony Mackie has misspoke a few times, and I didn't like the comments, like he said, when who was he speaking to? It was is the journalist
Mel Hill.
Yes, that's who he was speaking with when he went on his Black Panther tirade. So
yeah, let's get there. Let's talk about Black Panther 3.
Yeah.
Sure. I think we got 4 super chats. We only read 3.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, well, I need a dollar.
I clicked on you, but I didn't read you. So I'm Too Fly Cam. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I hope Fantastic Four fails. Feige is insane putting it within 2 weeks of Superman. Dumb power move. He still needs to be humbled, I guess. Marvel decline is inevitable. Ouch.
Bum.
In a way, you're right. In a way, you're wrong. Because Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars is being written by Stephen McFeely. They'll be fine.
Spider-Man's going to be $1 billion film.
See?
But okay. Can we keep letting Sony post these billies and then limp back over to the MCU and see them struggle to get people even in the theaters and be like, oh, well, that's an MCU success?
I'm so glad you said that. I'm glad you said struggle to, and not to, because this is still on the same point, but I'm glad you brought that struggle to get people in, because, from our understanding, which we knew this, the role of Mr. Fantastic was offered to several different actors, that several different actors turned it down. I wonder if we're going to see that. Maybe not with these younger actors. The actress Julia Butters is supposedly going to possibly be playing Kitty. I think one of her biggest films was on Disney. It was Freaky Friday. I think the rebooted Freaky Friday thing that they did. So as a 16-year-old coming from, of course, Marvel, MCU, yeah. But as some of these more accomplished actors and things that they've been going for in the past, even though Chris Evans and Hemsworth and them weren't known, you even going for actors like that, I think Marvel has gotten a reputation. So my question is, do they run into that with the X-Men? When you're casting for Charles, when you're casting for someone like for Magneto, or do you run into because Timothy Chalamet said he was told to never, he didn't say Marvel, but he said superhero film.
He said never do a superhero film?
He said he was told to never, DiCaprio told him to never do a superhero film.
First of all, DiCaprio wanted to be Spider-Man, so he
did.
Can eat a dick. He can eat a dick. Like, what? Don't give out advice to shit that you wasn't even trying to follow. But I mean, if he picks one, it's got to be the right one, because he's hot and he can't afford any type of dampering to his profile right now, because it's too finite. It's not, you don't get it back once it's gone nowadays. The days of the Robert Downey Jr.'s drinking and doing other shit to yourself into oblivion and then limping your way back with this long drawn out redemption arc. It's just not like that anymore. You lose that mo for any amount of reason, you could be out of here. You could be done.
And Sharpe is done.
He went from having $100 million contract to, in the unemployment line with Joy Taylor. So
that is kind of another topic for another day.
Yeah, let's we could talk Black Panther, I guess, but just still,
Black Panther.
You got to pick the right one.
Somewhere in here, Black Panther is mentioned. There it is. Marvel's next moves: Black Panther 3, a young X-Men cast to keep the cost down, Blade, and Deadpool.
Yes, I'm sorry not to even cut you off, but let's make sure we when we get to that Blade part, we can either talk Black Panther first and then just save. Let's do that. So Black Panther can be its own thing.
We did Young X-Men. I'm done with that one. Yeah, cast people who are young who will sign forever. Where we go, Blade? You said.
Let's do Blade, because I'm sure that'll be quicker than T'Challa.
Okay. Control F Blade. There it is. It says Amid an industry-wide pullback on superheroes, the Marvel Brain Trust is feeling no sense of urgency on the long gestating Blade reboot, or even a new Deadpool outing, sources say.
Good God.
I wish they'd stop talking about Blade.
Well, but they can't though, because it's an embarrassment. They have
It is an
Academy
embarrassment.
Award-winning actor on ice.
It is an embarrassment, but it's like every time you bring it up, it's like you bring it up. Like Kevin Feige just brought it up and said, "Oh yeah, we finally landed on modern day with Blade, and we know what we're doing. We've got a writer." But then in this Variety article, which is not 5 days later, you're saying, "Oh, we're in no rush to get Blade off the ground." Like
no sense of urgency is the verbiage that was used. No sense of urgency. That's what you want the publication to print. And make no mistake, Deadline's not printing anything in this article that wasn't okayed by Big Papa Feige and the rest of the people over there at Disney. So like that's what you want people to get from your communication on a project that was announced in 2019, that you are not in any way enthused or motivated to get it done as fast as possible. Okay. This is why y'all haven't seen an out of theater review for me for Fantastic Four. If you're going to treat me and what I want to see as an audience member with apathy, then that's what I'll treat your projects with. And it's not just me doing it. It is not just me doing it, folks. We're talking about Disney not being able to foot the bill for an Avengers movie, not being able to fill the house for an Avengers event. Okay. It ain't just me coming down on their heads. A lot of people feel this way. And if you're going to continue to not serve us, if you're going to continue to play around with our time, then I don't know how much long. I don't know if they're going to be around to make a Blade movie. Not the studio, obviously, but the people in charge giving these quotes.
Yep. I don't think, I keep saying that the Blade movie, it doesn't exist. It's not real. It's like Bossing Say.
It's like Bossing Say.
So, yeah, no, it's not real.
Blade is coming out in Marvel Rivals. They made him perfect. That's the best you get. Marvel Rivals.
In Zombies. They say he's in Zombies. Marvel Zombies.
It's kind of weird for them. It's kind of hard for them to advertise it anyways. Like, we're all going to roll our eyes. So you just kind of do it, get it there. Once it starts filming, people are reporting, no, they're actually on set. And then Mahershala Ali is snapped.
That's
with his
what
big trench coat. Then we'll go, okay, the movie's happening.
But then stop talking he needs to be seen in the costume.
Let it be quiet until you're actually doing that. Stop giving quote. Oh no, we're good. We're not really rushing. We finally found a story that makes sense after 6 years. It's like those are bad quotes. They're bad quotes. I understand that you're trying.
Not to mention his lawyer's quote. This is the most ridiculous thing in her professional career. Yeah. What?
Yeah. Bossing Say.
As of
we got what happens first, Ollie's Blade or a Ray movie?
Good
Ray's
God.
movie. Ray's
Please
movie.
let Blade get here. Please,
movie.
God.
Blade.
No.
Yeah, Blade gets made before the
Ray in a movie? Ray in the Ryan Gosling movie? Yes, you're right. But a Ray movie? No.
Nah, her film is coming first.
We got to stop this.
That's a good one.
It's coming.
Stop this. We have long known that Kathleen Kennedy has a way of pushing. They was talking about a title for the Taika Waititi Star Wars movie now. Now, if Taika Waititi's movie come out, then yeah, the Ray movie's coming out because they don't give a shit about making money, and Kathleen Kennedy runs everything that comes out of there, and there's nothing we could ever say. But I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. She's still talking about she's excited to get started. She doesn't know about any dates, any details. I don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Daniel RPK says The new Jedi Order movie starring Daisy Ridley as Rey will reportedly begin filming in 2026.
And when is the Blade
sure.
supposed to start filming? 26?
I don't know. Why didn't it start filming in 2020, 2021?
Let's go, Blade. Let's go.
Yeah, come on, Blade. Come on, man.
Thank you for the super chat. I am too flat cam as usual.
Yes, thank you so much.
What were you gonna say before that though? As the music was playing, you were talking.
I don't even remember. There's something about him. Something about Blade. I don't know. Probably something negative. That's really it on Blade, though. I mean,
yeah, it was barely mentioned in the article.
I don't even know why they mentioned it.
Yeah. So that was Blade. Are we at Panther now?
BP that they're excited about got them all giddy at Marvel Studios.
Doomsday will feature Robert. Keep going.
No. I was just saying they're happy.
Robert Downey, who's returning for the Marvel fold as the villain Dr. Doom. He's earned between 500 and 600 million over the course of the 7 Marvel movies and 3 cameos, and won't be working at a discount on Doomsday. Neither will Chris Hemsworth as Thor. As for who will be the star of the film, sources say Pascal is not the centerpiece, but does have an integral role. How does that change anything?
Why did they just confirm that they paid or insinuate that Marvel paid Robert Downey Jr. $500 million in his time at the MCU?
They did.
While they've been sued over not paying people. They're actively talking about paying actors less. Bob Iger was just out there during the strikes talking about how they were going to leverage people's homes against them.
He said he was going to starve them out.
This one individual $500 million.
Hey, isn't that what? And Disney supports Israel, right? Interesting.
They definitely did pay him that. This deal here says Robert Downey Jr. earned over $500 million during his time as Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now he's set to make more than $80 million playing Doctor Doom in the upcoming Avengers movies. That's per Variety. Now, another thing came out. Now, this is not per Marvel or anything like that. This is just for Pedro Pascal. That said, Pedro Pascal has starred in 9 movies and shows in the last 12 months and has been paid $30 million in total. Marvel has paid this man more than what Pedro Pascal has done in 12 months of working for 2 films. So when I saw this earlier, I was going to quote retweet it, but I was like, no, whatever. But I'm saying it here. This better be some hell of an acting job.
But also, when you kill me off in your biggest film, and then you're desperate to bring me back to save the franchise, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna run it up too. But that was like $80 to $100 million. The other 500 million came from all the other appearances that this man got. And I know that there was probably built-in incentives for how popular the MCU eventually became, but how is he the only one? Like he's Neo? Like he the only one with a good agent out here in the MCU? A lot of these people are represented by the same agencies. So what the hell is so special about Robert Downey Jr. that Chris Evans couldn't also walk in there and be like, hey, look, what we doing? What are we doing?
A lot of money.
So we bring us to the most important thing. It's the greatest black character that ever was. However, ideas are percolating on a Ryan Coogler-helmed Black Panther 3, creating excitement internally. The ideas are percolating. Nothing's written, right? And even if a script was written, it could still be in process. Well, creating excitement internally. What is the excitement? It's, they'll love this to Childs.
There was some talk of some time travel involved, some cosmic stuff maybe happening in the film.
That's coming from Divinity Seeker. It says the plot for Black Panther 3 is about Shuri investigating vibranium anomalies in Wakanda, faint echoes of past Panthers. The villain is Zane. Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is Zane?
I looked that shit up. I was like, who is this? The final act is in space, in a space outpost. The movie is described as a time travel and space movie, weird for a Black Panther movie, is what it says.
You guys don't know Zane? You don't know Zane, one of the leaders of the Black Knife Cartel, under the employment of Kingpin? You never watched Echo?
Why the fuck is Zane?
Why would so anyway, Divinity Seeker is not a reliable source. This is not like somebody like My Time or Alex or anybody like that. But they are somebody that's out there and they try to play the game.
I did think that a potential time travel story was interesting because there's only one reason why we should ever be going in back in time if this is Wakanda. So
you know, the only positive thing I said is if they're introducing time travel, because they are the ones that told everybody that Eyes of Wakanda is integral, the only show that they're doing, animated show they're doing that's integral to the MCU timeline or fits right into the MCU timeline. So I said the only positive thing I gave it is if they are thinking about bringing the king back and you are using time travel and you've introduced it here, maybe that carries over into live action. That's some wishful thinking, but maybe.
Also,
next week.
Finished you.
It's out next week. We'll know the answer to that.
It is out next week, isn't it?
Don't we think that it's very... Anybody else find it funny how many times people have been resurrected in the MCU? Like just Mark Spector, right? If you graced your eyes on a Fantastic Four movie in the last week, then you saw a resurrection there too, potentially, maybe. I don't know. Spoiler alert. We got Jane cured of her cancer temporarily so that she could be Lady Thor, and then we actually watched her walk into heaven. You know what I mean? Like, it's so death is so frivolous for everyone else. It's so frivolous. You just boop, undo it. Reality warping child. Boop. It's so crazy. So crazy.
Yeah, do they watch? Do they like go, oh, fuck these Pantheon guys. They're calling out these double standards. Like, what do they think when they watch?
It's crazy, man. It really is. It really is crazy. But what is the thing that they could be getting excited about? Is it the possibilities of T'Challa being recast? Oh, that's true. They did. Is it the possibilities of T'Challa being recast, or are they just happy about what I believe is Ryan's story? You know, I think he came with a banging story to their standards of, hey, look what we've got and look how this all fits. Because clearly, I would he have to be keyed in, and maybe not. We've kind of talked about this. Does he have to be keyed in on what's happening with Wakanda in Secret Wars and how that affects his movie going forward?
He should.
Okay, so then he would be writing off of what happens in Secret Wars and how it wraps up.
Yeah, how it resets.
Yes. So I guess really to know anything more about BP3 for sure, we would have to obviously see the first the new Avengers films.
What is the reset? What's the plan? What's the method that is, because you could get a variant, you could get a reborn, a Skrull, a this or that, things I'm not even thinking about. We got to see how Secret Wars plays out. But do it. No matter how you do it, recast T'Challa.
Bring him back. Bring him back. Don't know how you're going to do it. I mean, you can do it anyway. It's comic books. You just watch the child. Boop. With the power cosmic. Bring Sue back.
We just do whatever we want, bro. We just do stuff out here. Yeah. Except bring it back to T'Challa. They sent a casket out to space, y'all. They sent a casket out to space. They didn't continue researching the disease, whatever it may be. I guess they had no worries about it spreading to anyone else in Wakanda. You know, the king himself caught some incurable disease. I guess we're not worried about anybody else in the entire Crown City catching it. I guess we'll just stop researching it and investigating it after the king dies, right?
Well, we're definitely not worried about the royal family because there is no royal family. They're all dead.
No, there's a royal family. There's a royal family. You know, you got Shuri left. You got, you know,
You have Shuri left, but
Little
Shuri's
Tupac down there. Little Tupac is down in Haiti. He's extended family. And then, you know, I'm sure there's a cousin lying around somewhere. They can't have just knocked out everybody.
or they can, and that's the plan.
All the ones that matter.
Get these smart talking niggas out of here.
I don't know what this. I mean, they're going to exalt anything he writes, right? Ryan Coogler is hot right now. His name is very popular, and it will have been the third installment to what they consider right now to be a successful franchise. So I don't expect there to be a split or anything like that coming in anticipation over Black Panther 3. They're going to say whatever he puts up there is good. For me, with the MCU being where it is right now, is where does it end up falling in terms of box office based off of what you write? Right? I think it's already been proven that whatever you do narratively is going to adversely affect this movie. You bring them back, I think it's going to be a positive. If you continue down this line of derivative characters taking up the mantle, I think there's only one way to go from that as well. So what is the ceiling of another Black Panther film without its title character? It's got to be less than the 850 they made prior, because the MCU is not pulling in those type of figures even for mediocre films, like even for average films now. An average film is getting you $450-500 million. So,
and there's no intrigue of what happens. How do they handle Chadwick Boseman's death for the third movie?
Exactly.
I think they have, and just saying what I've said before, I think they have their way out, and it without it being in the audience's eyes and in their eyes, without it being a derivative character, which we've said before. You have your child, he's either an adult or a teenager, warrior, prince, protector of Wakanda now. And of course, he's not going to be called Toussaint. He's not going to be called TJ. They're going to call him T'Challa. And if they call him T'Challa, well, then in their eyes, there's your main character, your franchise here, where the casuals fans are satisfied with, and you don't have to use.
That's true. They will be satisfied.
I think it'll still be derivative. I don't think if they acknowledge that he is the son in any real way. Now, if they just straight up bait and switch it, then essentially we're getting T'Challa. But if they acknowledge that this is the same child,
they're going to.
We saw at the end of Wakanda Forever, he will be by nature, he will be a derivative character. People will not just separate the kid they saw at the end of Wakanda Forever from this new person that they're seeing on the screen. They will associate them. They will. Now, will they take that new version because it's a male Black Panther and what have you? That's a different argument. But if we're saying that it will no longer be a secondary character just because they call him T'Challa all the time, I think people are smarter than that.
I also think I think they would accept this one. Which we've seen online, just the people that were willing to just accept it. But also if you do age the kid up or whatever, I think, which, like you said, I saw, somebody said that, they would have to, you would basically, like you just said, you basically get into T'Challa if they didn't, but I don't think that they would do that. I think that they would acknowledge that he is, because you would have still some of the old MCU people around. Like I would assume, let's say Sam's still there, which I've used this example. Sam's still there, and he does know there's something involved with the Black Panther that he's there, and he's like, oh, I knew your father. I fought with your father. I this or that. You remind me so much of your father, and that's how you like. Oh well, yeah, he's, and then he's like, T'Challa. He's not going to say Toussaint. He's not going to say to Junior. He's going to say T'Challa. You take care.
when they do that whole trip down memory lane and they start talking about how much they love, honored, and revered the old Black Panther, that will immediately put people back in the mindset of, oh shit, yeah, this is the new one. This is the new guy, which essentially is going to make him the Black African Cassie Lang. So I don't have much faith in them being able to post big numbers. Will they be able to get general audience members to accept that this is the new Black Panther? Sure, but that doesn't mean that they're going to pay for it. My point is that you can put out whatever product you want. You can market it whatever kind of way you want. You can convince people whatever you think that you can get over their eyes. But at the end of the day, the dollar votes. The dollar votes. And if people are not going to come out to see cornerstone characters, first family of Marvel, if they're not going to come out and see characters that, you know, according to you, they've built up a love for through all of the Disney Plus shows and all that other stuff, it was the Thunderbolt stuff. If they're not showing up to see Sam Wilson, right, a guy who's been in the MCU for the last 12, 15 years, why would we be showing up for another, again, a derivative character? If you're going to acknowledge it, they'd be better off just not acknowledging it and just leaving it ambiguous. But if you're going to point it out and do this whole legacy character thing, you are signaling to the audience that this character is inherently lesser. And that's the way that it'll be received.
But then again, what if you have, like Tina put there, you know, ain't no Black Panther movie making sub 500 Sinners hit.
Okay.
I think, you know, what if
I don't know how else to convince you that an MCU movie Ryan Coogler made or otherwise could crater in this current MCU market. It has nothing to do with Ryan Coogler. It has everything to do with what people are willing to pay for this content and how far he will push to appease the fan base. One thing we can't say is that going on this narrative, whatever it is they plan to do with it, anything other than T'Challa, you're not serving the fans. It's not fan service to bring us T'Challa, right? It would be another personal decision that's driven by Coogler and the Disney brass, but it definitely wouldn't be fan service. It's not going to be a nostalgia driver. It's not going to be a big event to see an introduction of a derivative character. So all of that, combined with the fact that even movies that are good that people like in the MCU right now aren't performing, it could absolutely make sub 500 million. Absolutely. Is it guaranteed? I don't know. Flip a coin, but it absolutely could. I don't think it's beyond failing.
It's so evil to create a character in Tucson, call him T'Challa, go 3, 4, 5 movies with this guy, and this franchise reboots, and we never see Nakia's son that she has with T'Challa again. They just use regular old T'Challa. Invest in this dead-end character. Fall in love with this guy. Elevate him to popularity of however high they dream him to be. And nothing to see here. He no longer happens on screen. Where are you going to use regular old T'Challa now? It's been long enough. I'm a new Disney producer, or I'm the new Marvel president. I can use the actual T'Challa. I'm not emotionally attached like the way Feige was. I'm going to use T'Challa in my movies in year 2040, 2050. That's the reality of it. And they don't think that way. These are IP, bro. I think that's the way you got to speak to these idiots. You're trying to make money with these guys forever. Just like Lilo and Stitch made money back for you in 2004, and now it's making money for you again. Black Panther, T'Challa, is making money for you now. He will be there in the future. Blade was there in the past, and if you get it right, Blade will be there for you in the future. It's the same thing. They even got the same skin color. You got to just use the actual character often, make him relevant, and when he's reoccurring and he becomes a staple in the movies, you benefit from it long term. Superman made 600. It's gonna make 600 million plus because of the past stuff. Now, if it was just a new franchise out of nowhere that James Gunn was doing a movie for, it wouldn't made this money. But thanks to the past, thanks to Superman being Superman, it's making its money. Think the same way, except he's fucking black. That's all.
He's fucking black. Does it even make sense narratively? How did the first Black Panther come about, right? T'Chaka murders his war dog brother, leaves his child in Compton to fend for himself. That child then comes back after T'Chaka is murdered by Ulysses Claw. Ulysses Claw helps infiltrate Killmonger into Wakanda. And then we have this whole narrative of a lost child being left and that coming back to destroy the entire nation of Wakanda. Like that's the narrative of Black Panther 1. T'Challa goes to the ancestral plane and yells at all his ancestors and tells them how wrong they are and how those type of decisions has led to the fall of the royal family being removed out of Wakanda, at least to that point where he was talking. Like, it's led to everything that has happened here right now. Right? And so then we come back in the second movie and we step all over that. But I'll give him the excuse, right? I'll give him the excuse. Chadwick Boseman passed. We're trying to match narratives. I don't agree with that, but you do what you do. Let's give him the excuse of him repeating the actions of his father that he yelled at in the ancestral plane for doing the exact same thing. Let's set that aside. So now for a second time, we have a illegitimate Wakandan coming back trying to claim his ancestry.
We like this one. He's the good
throne.
guy. The music will be
They're
nice and heroic.
But they just fought a civil war getting the last guy out. You think they're going to take another illegitimate Wakandan ascending the throne? So we watched Killmonger almost rip Wakanda apart, almost murder our true king because he was an outsider coming in. He had Wakandan blood, but he wasn't of the culture here. And so he wanted to do things that weren't necessarily aligned with our interest. How do you think they're going to react to another illegitimate son from the same line, from the same exact line? This is Black Panther 1 all over again.
Yep. It's challenge day. Well, what do you...
We will not have it. I say we will not have it. No. Damson. I just feel like I hope I hope that he values himself. Hope he values himself.
Those are the blooded bow. Are you gonna read the comments?
I'm trying to zoom in.
Bro, I've seen people I wouldn't have thought to accept to child.
This is June 20th. I don't know this Instagram page. Comic MCU. On the Today Show, Damson Idris was asked if he has had any conversations with Marvel Studios about taking on the role of the next Black Panther. When pushed for a yes or no, he laughed cheekily, replied, yes, no. Would you want to see Damson Idris take on the iconic role of Black Panther? I still miss Chadwick Boseman. First comment.
Get on, man.
That's not a no.
Okay. Someone said this would be great casting. Someone said, honestly, probably one of the very few that can take Chadwick's mantle and make it their own.
It's Chadwick's mantle.
Someone said, I think he'd be casted as T'Challa Jr. Tucson. This person's on our side. We need a recast for the actual T'Challa. Okay. My pick is Aldous.
You knew he was on our side because he uses the terms Tucson. People don't know that word.
This person said, yes, please. I see it. Someone said, absolutely. This person said, Chadwick did his thing in RIP. We still need a BP. It's apparent with how bad the last Black Panther movie was. Yes, it was bad. Don't front. So this is a good cast. I would like a retcon and have Michael B come back as T'Challa and Killmonger was a variant or something.
He was on his way until that last.
Someone said much better than Letitia Wright.
Don't do that. Please don't involve that.
Hell yes. Brick by brick. That's a Franklin quote.
Let me see. Someone said I wouldn't be mad. Someone said after finally watching and finishing Snowfall, he's got my vote. It's not a masked only Black Panther, right? What?
I don't even know.
Let's see. As an African, I have to
boy.
ask:
I don't
are
even
there
wanna
no
read it.
African actors good enough for this role,
Next.
or the producers
Are we not
are just
counting
not
Dancing
bothered?
Idris
No,
as
he's
an
got to be
African actor?
foundationally Wakandan. That's yeah. Next.
Foundationally Wakandan is crazy.
Wakandan.
No, you guys know that whole African American debate is it's white
No, but
supremacy.
that's not this though. We're not even involved in that. This is some African beef. He's not African enough.
It's the
Dancing,
same.
is it?
Yes, but it's the same things I see also. Oh, FBA, you got to be cast there, cast there. It's the same fight. It's just from the opposite angle. It's the same thing. White supremacy is laughing and going, "This is great." Anyways, keep reading.
I wasn't aware that Africans were ostracizing Damson as not being African enough.
People said, somebody said we need him. Someone said yes. The person said yeah,
These are pretty
please.
positive. Let
Either
him
him
be
or Aldous
Azari.
Hodge?
Yes, I spelled it wrong. Get your ass.
Oh, so where was it? Here it is. That'd be Azari. Yes, I spelled it wrong, but I don't care. Loved that movie as a
Talking
kid.
about the ultimate universe where all the Avengers died, but they had kids. They were like being raised by an Ultron bot.
I don't know if I've seen that.
We're getting
Somebody said, yeah, they're talking about getting a white version. I'm not reading that kid. Somebody said keep it Azuri. Aldous Hodge. Yes.
Azuri is not an option.
I've been begging for this since Chadwick passed. It's the right decision. Someone said he can portray as Azuri, T'Challa's son, in a different universe. Glad we stopped with replacing, but as long as it's clear he's the son of T'Challa.
Get your ass on.
Bro, yes. Stop playing, man. This person said yes and no. I think he should play another hero, create his own version of someone we haven't seen yet. Someone said him over Shuri. Son of T'Challa to the future.
So let me ask you. Because there's a good enough mix of all opinions in that. I feel like most of them are positive for Damson. Mm-hmm. But let me ask, and this may sound biased coming from me because you guys know where I would like this to go. But when we talk about the segment of fans that really want this to be the kid, does it fucking matter? Like, does that matter at all? We know what it looks like. We have data of what it looks like when the fans want T'Challa and they don't get him. We know what the data looks like. You could, if you still call the movie a success, that's your prerogative. I'm just telling you, without the main title character, we have the data on that. We don't have the data is on, oh, well, people were expecting some derivative character to take over, but that didn't really happen and they went with the original. Do you feel like that is a move that's going to lose you money? Because we know the latter already did. Like, we have that already. We know that is it's a less than favorable position to be in, at very least.
Is someone really going to withhold their dollar? No, you know what?
Because
they're disrespecting my friend Chadwick Boseman, and I'm not going to pay for this movie ticket. No, they're going to say, I want to see how it's done. I hope he can.
They're absolutely not withholding their dollar because the son's not in this movie. Absolutely not. Absolutely, positively not. We just
like
talked
Star
about
Wars
how Normie
sequel
fans
fans
don't even know who Kitty Pryde is. If they don't know who fucking Kitty Pryde is, how much are they checking for this character that was created in the last movie?
They're gonna say new Black Panther. Let's go. Same with Star Wars sequel fans. New Star Wars. Let's go. So cater to the ones who, us. Cater to the ones who, if you fucking recast, how many positive videos there's going to be, shorts, there's going to be content covering it, loving it. But if you don't recast, there's going to be straight apathy.
They may not know what derivative means, but they know what secondary means. They know what a B squatter is. They know what a bench player is. They can understand the concept of it without having the actual verbiage. They know one is legit and the other one is boof. One is genuine issue, you know what I'm saying? The other one is Fugazi. People know genuine and fake. They understand that.
Are there movies that prove that? Is Brave New World, is it proof that this is not the genuine Captain America? That's why I made so much less.
Look at Ocean
Thunderbolts
8.
is not.
Look at Ocean's 8 compared to all the other Ocean's movies. Look at the 2016 Ghostbusters movies compared to all the other Ghostbusters movies.
They did worse.
The Melissa McCarthy led ones, it was awful. It was one of the worst movies of all time.
Huh?
But beyond that, people didn't want to go see it, even still.
Do one
I
with
just
males.
don't think the secondary characters carry, especially in franchises that are built on having a main character. If this was something like fucking Tekken or Mortal Kombat, even, right, they can survive that because there's not just one person carrying the whole thing. That is not what superhero projects are necessarily. They are built to tell the story of a protagonist. If you don't have that protagonist, you start kind of coming back. Hell, Captain America. Kevin Feige offered up this very explanation, did he not?
Yeah.
Captain, they make no money because we had Black Cap. Had Black Cap, so Cap ain't make no money.
What he said was, he needs Chris Evans.
Same thing. We had Black Cap, so people don't want to see Black Cap. They want to see White Capped.
Wonder Man is coming out. I keep forgetting that. He's like, you guys want representation? Here it is. Simon Williams. He's black now.
Go get you some Wonder Man.
Ugh.
And as Tina corrected it, the first is Friday. Eyes of Wakanda comes out Friday.
Coming out Friday.
This coming Friday?
Well,
This
we'll talk
coming
about it
Friday.
Okay. Well, have fun with that, folks.
Oh, I'm not watching it.
Well, I'll talk about it if they do the time travel thing. 800 million without the main character isn't bad. The next movie is The Real Test. I would remind you every time I bring up that money, it's to say how much less it made than the first Black Panther movie.
But also, let's be very real here. They advertised it as a farewell to Chadwick Boseman.
Sure did.
So people were going as a farewell to Chadwick Boseman. And a lot of people, too, with that farewell, had curiosity attached. How are you doing this without, blah, 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 blah. Yeah,
I can equate lots of that 800 million to, the main character of the franchise.
Yeah.
Killmonger coming from Wakanda, getting kicked out, then going to school to be a scientist and not effing with a young boy from the hood who just want to go home but had no true home. Sometimes I just click on these without reading them first. Trading out Natasha for Yelena is the most successful of them all so far. If you want to talk quality, people like Thunderbolts quality, but the movie did not make money. I think only made 382 million. Not very well. I'm not watching, so it does. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Lawrence? If you do watch it, go pirate it or something. Don't let it chart. Don't let them say we're successful. Killing T'Challa was even more than Ironheart.
I can't lie. Both times I went just to cry. Damn, Coach mate.
And even what Tina just said, people had to go back multiple times. This wasn't a one and done.
Maybe it wasn't a one and done. I think a lot of people's second one though was on streaming. I've heard a lot of people say they watched that movie one time and it was sad enough to where they didn't want to watch it again. I've also had people who did go see it multiple times in the theater, but one outranks the other, and the amount of people who have seen Wakanda Forever one time and never gone back is beating out the two-time viewers in the theater at least.
But in the timeline of things, when you're watching Marvel films, in the timeline of Marvel films, when you get to Wakanda Forever, what went wrong in your day to where you're like, oh yeah, Wakanda Forever, like that's the
watch
one.
This funeral movie. Let me go pop this on.
Yeah, let me go watch this funeral. Like that's.
Man, I was trying to find something to watch, and I was just like, damn, I want to see Angela Bassett die. Let me go ahead and pop on this classic.
Yeah, this is a Marvel classic. That's crazy. I want to go see all this depression and grief. and real world tragedy. Tragic. Yeah, no. It suggested it. I watched Multiverse of Madness when I was in the studio the other day. I always put something on in the back and just, while I'm doing something in here. I put Multiverse of Madness on, and as it finished, it said, "Up next, Wakanda Forever." I said, "The fuck it is." So I haven't seen that shit since November of 2022. I will never again. But yeah, that's really, they're excited. So what they're excited for, we'll see. As so you putting the pieces together, we know Denzel is in it. Is he playing what we all, the rumor to Chavy? Is that gonna happen, or is he playing someone completely different? He's in it. The returning cast, as far as Letitia Wright, Winston Duke, they're all coming back. I don't know. I think the rumor was Killmonger or not Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan. I saw Killmonger again.
Coming back?
Did they? Was that not a rumor? Am I mixing rumors up? Maybe not.
Let that man go.
Ryan Coogler's directing. Killmonger will be in it because they've done every movie together. Michael B. Jordan
wants to go do other things, but Ryan just keeps on calling him, and he won't tell him no. He's that one friend that he won't tell no, but Ryan just keep calling. Hey, look, I got another movie. Like, you know what, Ryan? I was actually shooting my own movie coming up here in April. Yeah, that's all good. But when you come down here for Black Panther 3, just make sure you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he just kind of keeps that man constantly booked.
Michael B got friends on the line on the other side with him.
Tell him. Just tell him. A Haitian unk from the Bronx.
You don't want to.
Haitian unk from the Bronx is crazy.
You guys seen that new kid that they put in the TV show for Iron Man? Everyone's a kid, but let me just skip to this.
I saw your video on it.
And I thought like I wasn't reaching, but some people did say I was reaching. Look, he was not allowed to be on X-Men 97. Finally, he's allowed to be on a cartoon, and it's the one where it depicts him as a child. That's not like, don't underestimate white supremacy, guys. Like that's the image of seeing and imagining T'Challa as younger, it was intentional. He's finally allowed to appear in something. All right. So now that he's allowed to appear in stuff, let's see him in What If and in Zombies and in all the other things that they do. Let's see T'Challa.
I do see the very, targeted nature of only showing him as a child. Mm-hmm. I guess the only fork I would throw in there is the fact that they were already doing it pre Chadwick Boseman's death with Spidey and his amazing friends with that one. And then that was also a T'Challa that was a kid. Yes. So I kind of feel like there was already a precedent set for it, even when we weren't having this conversation of whether or not T'Challa could be repurposed in other mediums. So like that would be the only pushback, is because they've already kind of been doing this with their other kids shows.
No. But the point is that Jake Castorino told us, I don't know about the closed door meetings and mandates. Now he is allowed to appear on screen. Like there was a whole 4 years or something without seeing him, except for the what ifs that Chadwick Boseman did before he died. Now we broke the rules. We broke the no T'Challa allowed rule. All right, so he's allowed. And then what do you know? It's the one where he looks like a kid. That isn't nothing. I'll just apply some foresight. We got supers, but are you looking for something right now? I hear clicking.
Good.
Oh, no. No, sir.
Then away we go. Juice World.
Honey big, Uncle Phil, twin Glock, feeling Lil. Niggas hate Uncle Tom, spin them off me, hair sell, get them off me, go to hell.
Dun, dun, dun. No Sense of Urgency. Meanwhile, 20 years ago, we had a Blade trilogy and TV series. No Sense of Urgency, as the loud AF shouting in the theater as Snipes emerged from the shadows in Deadpool 3. I wish I was sitting right next to Kevin Feige at that red carpet premiere of Deadpool Wolverine, and I'm just looking at him. Yeah, see, that's Blade right there. People like this character. He's popular. And it's not a Wesley thing. It's a Blade thing.
I don't know. I did a video over that got over 75,000 views, I think. And there were people in those comments that were very Team Wesley. I think 90% of those comments are Team Wesley.
That's another one of them times where I'd be like, it shows us that like the majority shouldn't necessarily always dictate, or at least the loudest majority, because Wesley Snipes may be the more popular Blade figure at this point in time. Who gives a shit? Wesley Snipes is close to 70 years old, y'all. Wesley Snipes is not going to be Blade.
I don't think Mahershala should be him either, though.
The most we could hope to get from him is a cameo going forward. So why would we refocus our time on Wesley Snipes? You know what I'm saying? And you make a good point with Mahershala, right? Mahershala was already in his late 40s when they cast him. He's not getting any younger. 51. Not that I feel like it's going to be a problem visually, but just in terms of how long do we get to keep this character, it is a little bit troublesome that they're taking this long to get the project off of the ground. The difference to me, though, is that I think going back to Wesley at this point is bad messaging, right? You were very public in the way that you casted Mahershala Ali. Like, this was one of those things that you wanted everybody to know about. It was the 2019 version of Robert Downey Jr. popping out. So to back off of that and to go back to the original guy who's a senior citizen at this point to try and revamp the franchise feels a bit desperate. It's
a matter of urgency. If they want to do it, they'll do it. Blade and had a movies and a TV show. Michael Nemo's right.
It's true.
Just for you, Marcus.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
My God, he stunned him.
Can you feel it?
Stone Cold and the dad jeans.
Can you feel it?
Disney, guys, we can't bring T'Challa back. Also, Disney brings back Tony Stark. Scarlett Johansson's coming back also to play Black Widow. Chris Evans is rumored to be back also playing Captain America.
Everybody's coming back.
It's Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everyone is going to be here.
Alex over the Cosmic Circus today posted, thinks the video game Ultimate Alliance. Remember that game?
Do you remember?
Torian, to answer your question, I did see that in the chat. The next movie I'm looking forward to is Weapons. I'm looking forward to seeing
Weapons.
Yeah, you are looking forward to Weapons.
Yes.
I'm stuck on Highest to Lowest. That's coming out at the end of August. That's the next one I really want to see. But I'll probably see Weapons in the meantime as well.
Yeah, Weapons looks good. Looks good. We're supposed to get a final trailer tomorrow for The Conjuring too. The last Conjuring.
What's the last Spike Lee movie you've seen?
Last Spike Lee movie I've seen? Like just randomly Do the Right Thing.
I'm about to say probably Do the Right Thing.
What's the last new movie that he's done you've seen? I saw Black Klansman. I don't think I've seen or the Five Bloods. I saw that.
Seen both of those.
Black Klansman.
I am not watching enough Spike Lee. But thanks for that, Super Michael Nemo. Yes, that is Disney. They're totally hypocrites. One more.
I take what's mine and take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours. Yeah.
This is because I clicked on your I just said, I just click on things. Thank you, Culture Made Channel, for like paying money to explain what you were talking about in your live chat. That's crazy. That's love. Thank you.
That is
So I'm not exactly sure what Killer's about. I seen it's not Killers, Weapons is about. I think it has something to do with disappearing children, but then again, it's a whole bunch of shit going on in that trailer. So
There's a lot going on.
I'm anxious to see what's going on in the movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the kids. Anytime you have kids in horror movies, that's always interesting because it's creepy. especially when they're just like in that. I love that trailer. They have the little girl narrating it, and one night, all the kids in our neighborhood got up one night and just ran out of their houses. And then you see all the kids just.
And apparently that is not the main plot of the film.
Oh,
like,
it's not?
Disappearing kids is not the main focus of the film. So that's why I'm extra intrigued.
Oh, yeah, I'll be checking that out. I still haven't seen Together. Came out yesterday officially. I'll probably check Together out this weekend with Dave Franco and his wife. It's now, again, body horror stuff. It's really weird for me, but I think I can do this one. Like when you start doing like the
blood bending.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, before you go, can you stick around to listen to this? It's related to the Shannon Sharpe stuff.
This is it. Aren't we done?
Are we done? If we gotta go, we gotta go.
No. We can do that. I'm just saying. Wasn't that it? Wasn't Shala lit the last?
No,
did we talk Shannon?
First,
Zootopia.
Oh, Zootopia's trailer. We didn't do Zootopia's trailer.
All right.
I think we talked about that. Oh, that was before you got on.
I barely touched it.
Yep.
I wanted to show this video.
Let's do it.
What exactly right now is stopping these 30 companies from uniting and creating a streaming website or a streaming app like with Netflix, a black version? These 30 companies, their owners collectively have enough money to get together and build a streaming platform. They have enough money to.
You can't even see it, but like the point he was making, it's got a picture of Oprah and her streaming, her company.
No, fuck Oprah. Oprah ain't about to do that.
Ring Hill, yeah. Oprah you can take Oprah out this list, and it would make it infinitely more realistic for everybody else involved.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
You see 50 Cent's part of it. There's a whole Spring Hill. Yeah. With Braun, right?
Yep.
Spike Lee. Everyone's kind of independently doing their own thing separately, but take it from the Pantheon, which is three of us who have combined and grown an audience and benefit from it. You guys could do the same thing if you just figure out the business aspect of it. But there could be a channel where a guy like Shannon Sharpe can lose his sports media, deal, but have a sports channel which is not just players owned, but black owned. Like he can have that. And that there's no reason why that shouldn't, at this point, 2025, why that shouldn't already exist. And there you go. Shannon Sharpe gets fired, and he's hopeful to make money off of YouTube. And what Cat Williams gave him, maybe he'll get again sometime next year. You don't know. Lightning doesn't strike twice. Usually, he has to go independent, but there should be a body of like public figures all working together, like united in owning and promoting, and just everyone should be on the same page. I think Streamer University did it. They all got together, but it's not happening in Hollywood.
I think
that's all. Thank you, Marcus.
I think this is a much wider conversation. I think if we were to have this conversation, just because it dives deeper into like the conversation of black folks being able to get along and do these type of things together. I think you have a lot of jealousy in some instances. I'm not saying there's not jealousy in the white communities or other communities, but I think you have a lot of jealousy in instances where, somebody one up in somebody else or whatever. That's why, like in for example, Oprah, you put Oprah in that, they got Oprah in that. I wouldn't want to play in the same sandbox as that dirty fucking bitch. She would stab every single one of them in the back. Oprah, she's been playing blackface with Gail her entire life. So she's one of the ones that wouldn't play well in the sandbox. I don't know.
She's catching a lot because of the Hawaii roads that she owns.
There's more than just the Hawaii shit. She has a track record like Donald.
Oh.
She's another one that she's black when it suits her.
Okay, well, we need more ice cubes. We need more. Basketball's popular. Why don't I have a 3-on-3 league?
Yeah, I agree.
And then Shannon Sharpe can do that. If I'm Ice Cube, I'm offering Shannon Sharpe a job. Like this guy would be great. Sideline, bull drive. That's foul.
I do think we should have our own, I mean, it's not like we haven't had that in the past before with BET. BET is not gone. It's still there. You still have Black Entertainment Television. Now BET is not the BET it once was. The BET
Paramount
that we all grew up on.
Paramount.
Well, there you go. But you need a black, something like, like what BET was back in the day, but on a much larger scale. Because back in the day, I don't know if it was just me, but for those of us that grew up on 106 and Park, AJ and Free wasn't more my time. I remember AJ and Free. That was more my older cousin's time. My time was more Terrence and Roxy. But coming home to BET's 106 and Park every day, having that just excitement to be in my living room with them by myself with the studio, like it was just stuff like that for the black community to have, like. And then you have what Tyler Perry's doing, because I don't, even though people have their opinions about Tyler Perry, I love what he's doing with what's his network called, whatever it is. You've got all those black shows. You got the Oval that and I don't watch any of them, but you have them going, is what I'm saying. You have all these black shows going. Now, if you could find a way, I don't watch them for my own personal reasons, but if you bring in, creators like Tyler and some of the other people that were on there,
creator,
it could be great. It could be great. And I think I've always thought that, we should have our own for us, for us, by us.
Yeah, the library exists by now. Like if you just take a movie here, movie there, there's enough independence in there that you could have a solid 100, 200 films in your library. Then just create new things, create a new series.
Our culture is the most imitated culture. Our culture is the most hated, but most wanted. They want to be like us so bad. So yes, they would, like, they gravitate to our music. They gravitate to the way our ebonics. They gravitate to the way we dress. They gravitate to our films. I mean, yes, if you did it, it would not just be beneficial for us. Well, it'd be beneficial for us, but they would help contribute to that being beneficial, because they would be all over that.
So 106
got their own thing, and they're talking about, yeah, bro, they'd be eating that shit up.
The address is 106th Avenue and Park Street or something. It's an intersection. That's why they named it that. There'd be no rules if, like, on 107th and Park, you have a studio there and make your own show. That's what I would do. Then you don't have to pay who owns the rights to 106 and Park.
Yeah, like Caliber said down there, BET used to be authentic. It changed dramatically.
With the game. Do you remember when the game was on BET?
I do remember when the game was on BET. That's what got me into the game, because the game was on a different network before BET.
CW.
CW. No, was I watching the game before CW? I don't know. I want to say maybe I was, but maybe not. Maybe it's when they started playing all the episodes on BET that I got into it. But yeah, no, the game was one of my favorite shows. And then, of course, that final season when they stopped, Tia wasn't in it and a lot of folks wasn't in it. It was like, no. But no, the game was the shit. It was the shit back in the day. Tasha Mack was that bitch. It was the shit back in the day.
Let's pretend you were the president of BET, or you had your own black channel, not BET. How would it go? Like, what's the nighttime slot? What's the daytimes? On Sundays, is it church? Like, what you got?
I would do the way BET did on Sundays. You start, I think until 12 or 11 something. It was, you had Bishop Bobby Jones Gospel Live. You had Sunday's Best. You had some of the other stuff going on. At night you had movies. I liked the authentic, what Caliber was saying, the authentic BET formula, what they had going, I think worked. You had movies playing, you had music videos later at night. You had, I think, sometimes music videos in the morning. Of course, 106 and Park was that evening, or that somewhat evening time show.
Till 7:30 Eastern.
Yeah. Evening time show, and then you had the movies coming on after. I don't know. I'd stay with that.
Yeah, but they never really had like shows, except for the game. They never really had that sitcom or that drama or that come every week. They didn't have that.
They did not have that. Was House of Pain not on BET, or was that on something else?
TBS.
Oh, it was on TBS. That's true. They did,
but it eventually got to BET. I do remember it's coming.
It did get to BET, yeah. See, and that's another like shows like that, because those early days of House of Pain. Again, say what you want to say about Tyler Perry, but those early days of House of Pain were good, bro. Those were that shit was good. That Janine shit had me. That story had me wrapped. I was like, damn, that was some good shit. So if you come with stories like that, come with some creative stuff like that, and you got all those creators together and did shows and had this whole big black.
Still negative. It's still negative depictions, but like by then I wasn't tired of it and wasn't sick of it, so it's a different experience.
Yeah. Still negative depictions for sure, but the show overall, you had within that negative depiction. I will defend it though. Within that negative depiction, you had core family values. You had Curtis as the head of the household in the household, and chief of the fire department. You had Ella, who was a great mother, great aunt and mother to what was her son's name? Not CJ. CJ was the nephew.
Curtis?
I don't remember the son's name. But she was great. And then you had CJ, who was a great father, another black man in his children's life. And then now you had the story with Janine. But overall, you took some good with some of the bad. Lance Gross, yes, played the son. But yeah, and then you had Meet the Browns, which wasn't as good, but or House of Brown, whatever it was. Meet the Browns. It was Meet the Browns. Yeah, Meet the Browns wasn't as good, but House of Pain, that was some of his best work.
BT had videos they would play. They would not play like How I Can Kill a Man, but then we end up getting I Ain't Got No Panties on the dance floor at 7 p.m. BT also had news. I never watched those news segments.
BET is the reason the reason I detest Baby Boy. And I do mean detest. That was their go-to. They played that. If it wasn't Baby Boy, and I don't detest ATL, that's one of my favorite movies. If it wasn't Baby Boy, they were running reruns of ATL all the time. And it was like, damn. There are so many other movies y'all could be playing.
I thought it was Hot Boys. For me, that was the one that we repeatedly had on, the one with Snoop.
No, I don't. Well, maybe that was a Canada thing. I don't know. But here, it was always Baby Boy. It was always Baby Boy. Baby Boy was always on. That damn opening with him in the womb. And then ATL. Give me my necklace back.
Nowadays, they better put Ianu. They better put some of that happy, Sagwa, that one. That could be a morning block. Him, the Black Avatar girl. The Black Avatar girl from Seven Havens,
No.
Pavu? Puva? No. Hot Boys points for that brother. Boys in the Hood is my favorite of all of those classic 1980s and 90s. It was the first one too. That one was great.
Boys in the Hood is great. I'm trying to remember which one. What's another one they played? But see, when they played them too, it was always censored. Everything was censored with BET. That's another reason I didn't like watching movies on BET, because it was always cutting out good shit.
Oh, in ATL.
I told you, yes, they love ATL, bro.
When they said, you didn't get no Cuddy? Yeah,
yes.
I got no Cuddy.
Yes. Another one they really liked was Roll Bounce. They liked Roll Bounce too. They used to play Roll Bounce quite a bit.
Yeah, but Roll Bounce was cool. I like that movie.
Roll Bounce was cool. I loved that movie. I really did like Roll Bounce.
How do I have all these super chats and all these dancing, but none from Roll Bounce? We'll get on that.
Yeah, Roll Bounce was that is true. You ain't got none from Roll Bounce. Roll Bounce was a good one. They didn't really play white chicks a lot because, again, the censoring. White Chicks wasn't really one they could.
Soul Plane was very.
Boy, that is true. They did play Soul Plane a lot.
Oh.
Damn, they played Soul Plane a lot. Soul Plane was on BET like.
Wow. They redid it, eh? Godfrey and Snoop Dogg and Drewski did a Soul Plane redo.
Soul Plane, that shit was so funny. Shit was so funny back in
Classic
the day.
movie.
And Kevin Hart even tell you the reruns of BET is what paid for the movie. Shit's funny. Those was the days, though. Those were the days.
Are you kidding me? Where is Comic View now? You're telling me there's not a demand for comedians for just 7 minutes of just
But the thing is, back in the day, like, you know, you had Martin coming out there, you had Chris Tucker coming out there, you had Bernie Mac coming out there, you like and saying shit like, I ain't playing with you motherfuckers, you know, like that's in the crowd work, like you don't have that today. I don't even know if anybody has that sauce like that today, like those comedians did back then.
No, don't say that.
Man,
there's somebody right now.
But even now, the world is too sensitive for all that shit. Like the jokes they used to say back then, come on, man, they're so sensitive now. Like would we get flagged if we pulled something up from Comic View?
Yes.
Damn.
It's CBS, Paramount.
Now, some of that shit back in the day, man, because Bernie Live, yes.
Eddie Griffin, he's another great comedian. A lot of them are still alive and around. Like I think they'll be pricey, but it'll be a good way to end each episode of the new Comic View with one of our classic guys we remember. And you were thinking of Def Comedy Jam.
I'm thinking Death Comedy Jam is what I'm thinking.
Same, but like
but
same
they're
idea.
both the same.
The same format of a show. Comedians do their thing. We like them. Is that guy Hamburger still alive? Probably.
Now, Death Comedy Jam was the shit.
These are the names: Corey Holcomb, Carlos Miller, D. Ray Davis, Bruce was another like
Bruce was funny.
That
Bruce, yeah, that was a good era. Those were some good comics.
We get Gary Owen now if they did it today.
And Coy John or whatever his name is.
That is unbelievable honest chicken.
There's this one special he has that's really funny. There are some comedians that are, you know, today still doing it that are really funny. My aunt, they treasure this DVD they have. They all went to see the Kings of Comedy. My mom, her sister, and my mom's sisters, they all went to see Steve Harvey and all them and
Cedric.
Yeah, and there's a part, and they treasure this. Like they treasure this. I feel like this gets brought out like at reunions and shit, because they get like the camera pans on them as they're laughing, and they're like, "Oh, there we are." It's like, yeah, they treasure that shit. But
you know who's solid currently right now? Josh Johnson.
Do I know him? Maybe his face.
I'll put it up on screen. That guy?
Please make it
loud. Yeah. Yeah. Some of his older stuff is really, really funny.
Yeah. I saw him one time talking about Jonathan Majors, and he was retelling the story of him getting chased. You guys need to watch that. And just when he pauses, he'll be like, and that's when and everyone's laughing because we know what's coming. He's good. I saw him explain the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef.
Yeah, funny. He's funny. He's got a segment now on the Daily Show. Yeah,
I saw his first time on the Daily Show. They're like, new correspondent Josh Johnson, and I don't know if everyone was his family member, but people were so happy, and they kind of like gave a elongated applause for him. So it's good to see him win.
Yeah, because he's like I said, I found him during, was it COVID that I found him? I think doing stand-up stuff. Yeah, I was watching a lot of stand up but I watch stand up sometimes like during my workouts. Like when I'm working out, I'll put stand up on.
And you laugh?
It
Oh,
gets
I'm
me through my
different.
workouts.
I'm different. I see. I watch YouTubers.
I do that too. I watch reactions a lot. Like normally, I'll watch a good Cinema Pals reaction to get me through a whole workout.
I'll watch the YouTuber shit talking.
Oh no.
That's my workout. What? I'm not here trying to laugh. I'm not here trying to. No, shit. 30 minutes on this treadmill.
He said, Right Side Media said Josh has been there for a while as a writer.
Godfrey. But he's that older generation, though. But sure, yeah, he counts. Awesome. I wouldn't put him funnier than Cedric.
The entertainer?
Yeah, I wouldn't put him funnier than Dave Chappelle or Cat Williams. Nah.
And none of you get none of them dudes to work together.
I like Chris Rock's comedy, even though there's things I don't like about Chris Rock.
I don't think that man is funny. I
In
don't.
stand-up? Or in movies, which one?
Both, really. I've never thought that. Even before the slap, this might be a hot topic. Everybody Hates Chris was something I put on. If I panned through channel surfed and there was nothing else on, I didn't hate Everybody Hates Chris, but I didn't love Everybody Hates Chris either. I thought the racist teacher was hilarious. I thought his mama was funny.
You do have a father, don't you?
But other than that, not a big Chris Rock fan.
Josh has that observational humor, which isn't going to work for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Jason Bateman's humor. It's kind of like that dry humor that doesn't work for everybody. I think Jason Bateman is hilarious. So, and especially in his in movies and shit. Ozark, he maybe is not supposed to be funny, but he's hilarious. It's just because of how he approaches situations and serious moments, and it's that dry humor.
I love everyone's giving their Chris Rock takes. What did I start? Stamina. Chris Rock has an era when she was damn good. Then he became a parody of himself when he was damn good. Oh, since we're talking she and he, I had a this or that ready about Martin Lawrence playing Shanae, and then Martin Lawrence playing Big Mama's House. But I was like, no, Shanae wins that, and I couldn't.
Yeah,
use it.
But you should. Okay, so you could do Martin Lawrence as Shanae from Martin, or you could do Jamie Foxx as what was her name?
That's why he lost. See, we don't even know what his name was.
No, damn, the chat automatically knows what I'm talking about, though.
Medea, Tyler Perry, Medea, this or that. That was a good one.
Over Shanae, I still think Shanae hits it. Over Medea, I still think Shanae gets it. The arguments between Shanae and Gina, or no, I'm sorry, not Gina, Pam Malone. Like when Wanda, thank you, Wanda, when where they had to borrow that money, and Gina said, Gina, if you one more time. Oh, that shit is funny. It's Shanae every time.
Yeah, Plant Poppy. I don't think this one's debatable, bro. Unless someone of you guys have one that's better than Shanae. There's not one better. A man who dresses up as a woman. I don't care, Mr. Doubtfire, anything. That little Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You gotta go to work on Myra's feet. And Myra said, ooh. Oh, that shit is funny. Martin or Fresh Prince? For me, it's Fresh Prince, and I know that some people might be like, "Oh my, no, it's Fresh Prince for me."
I put the song for Plant Poppy, but yes, Fresh Prince for me. I did not watch Martin. I probably seen 10 episodes of Martin in my life, and that all came post 2020. Yeah.
Wow. I think my Martin stuff really comes from my older siblings. That's where that's where I started watching it. Being younger, they watched it, and then of course I was watching. But for me, my go-to, being I guess my age, was more Fresh Prince.
Yeah, it was more on TV than Martin was, at least where I am at.
It was definitely more on TV because Nickelodeon here, Nick at Night, they played it all the time. But my all-time, I don't know if I've ever said this, my all-time, I mean, no show comes close to this for me. My favorite show of all time is Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World is one of the absolute best and complete shows because it takes you from them in elementary all the way till marriage, and you go on this, and it's a canon story the whole time. Like, you go on this journey with these characters, and you cry. Boy Meets World is one of the best shows ever.
100%. And then the last episode, you're dismissed.
Man, tears. Class
I just heard Sean Hunter. What's his name? Sean Hunter, his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I wanted to be part of that scene, but they wouldn't let me be part of that scene. That was wrong of them. They needed closure. And I think she's wrong and she's right, because she was a main cast or an important enough person, but just a classroom wasn't your classroom, so you wouldn't fit.
It wasn't. That's the thing. She wasn't really in Mr. Feeney's class. We didn't meet Angela until they were in college.
Yeah.
Or did Angela? No, yeah, we didn't meet Angela till they were in. Did Sean meet her in high school?
She wasn't.
No. She didn't come until they were in college.
So, like, would you like start this scene with her, and she could be the first one to leave? I'll leave you guys alone. And you were there. Thank you.
No,
Angela.
they did it right. Angela didn't need to be there. She didn't have the connection with Mr. Feeney that they had. They grew. Feeney followed them from elementary to middle school to high school to college. She met Feeney when they were in college.
You know, the actor is still alive right now. He just wasn't part of Girl Meets World, except for the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. Girl Meets World was ass on the ground. But yes, that first episode, and they tried to pull it in, nostalgia with having, it was just too campy. It was so cheesy. They tried to pull on nostalgia so much from the original that it was just so campy. And I hated the little girl that played their daughter. She was so annoying. She tried so hard to be like a blend of Mr. Feeney and Corey. I wanted to punch her. I was like, oh my God, this show sucks. And it's a mockery of what Boy Meets World really was.
This is so sad. I wish I had a Mr. Feeney. Yeah, we do.
I wish I had a Mr. Feeney. Mr. Feeney was great. Like the metaphors he always used to help teach Corey or any of them, but really Corey, it was those fence lessons that were some of the best lessons, bro. Like, say what, I don't know, I saw Cornelia saying snooze, turn the channel, turn boo you. That was one of the best shows. Those fence lessons that Feeney gave to Corey, like when Corey went over to him and talked about when it was Topanga trying to move. Yeah, when Topanga was going to move, and he said, you see this, he gave him the flower metaphor. Great, bro. Great. Like, love that show. Sister was fire as fuck too. Don't get like, that was one of my shows too. Sister Smart Guy should have gotten way more seasons than it got. Smart Guy is under fucking rated. We don't talk enough about Floyd Henderson being one of the best TV black dads around. Like, yeah, bro. Like, that was my shit growing up. All of that shit. That shit.
The Hendersons, right?
The Hendersons.
Topanga was the first white girl that was thick. Topanga or Pink Power Ranger?
Topanga.
Amy Jo Johnson, baby. Yes, senior year she came in. LMAO, I didn't even give it a chance. Really? You should give Boy Meets World.
You should give.
If you're looking for something, you got some time. You're not wasting it. It's culturally relevant. Boy Meets World is okay if you got some time. If you watched Lost, if you saw Prison Break, if you need something, Boy Meets World.
You know that episode, Cornelius, of That's So Raven, where Chelsea is getting compared. That's Raven was that shit too. Don't roll your eyes at Raven. That was that shit. Raven is one of the queens of Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
trying to think. That's the I'm thinking eyes.
The episode where Chelsea was getting compared to Raven as her second banana. And how I guess you could say Raven was a bully in that sense. I guess you could say I was that way as a kid. It was either we play my game or not at all.
You're the type to take the ball and go home?
Henry and I have been friends since second grade, and I won't say, because Henry's a free thinking human being. I won't say I was the boss of Henry in any type of way, but he was definitely my Chelsea.
Yeah, you were the main character.
Yeah.
I know what that's like because I've been the follow guy, and I've also been, hey, am I the leader in this? Like, I'm the leader in this class. Hey, that's cool. Oh,
yeah.
Remember that episode where not Raven, what's his name? Eddie? Eddie had a vision that he made the face and everything.
His ugly one, yes, I remember his face. Yes, and then there was
they had some good lessons there. Remember the Raven, that's discrimination. Remember, like,
man, good episode. In middle school, I was in drama class, and me and my one of my best friends in middle school, we had to reenacted that because we had to pick a monologue from something, or not a monologue. We had to pick a scene from something, and we had to reenact it. And he dressed up as Raven did with the ball cap, and it was funny. It was funny, but yeah, Raven, that first season of That's So Raven was so damn good.
Of course, all the bullies that they had, Ivanka.
It was Bianca.
And Buffy was the voice of Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, that is true. That is true. The chill grill, yeah.
What was the dad's catchphrase after he made food? Remember?
Okeechobee.
Wait, was it?
Yeah, it was Okeechobee. Kapowie. Okeechobee was the word to get him out of the trance. Kapowie was the after he mixed it. He was like Kapowie. Yeah. Yeah, the spitter. What was his name? Mr. Damn, I forgot his name. People, please pay attention. Mr. DePaul. I know that Mr. Paolo was the other one. But yeah, he spit all the time.
Out of all the Cheetah girls, which one are you taking? I can't say that. I think one is tainted. The B2K.
Oh man, I was in love with Raven. Like so much in love with Raven. I waited outside for her in the rain at the state fair when she came here.
Everybody. Wardell, Raven.
I didn't meet Raven. I didn't meet her, but I was there. I was there.
Were you bumping? I don't want to be like Cinderella, waiting. In
she performed her songs, but yeah, no, Raven. I was in love with Raven. Like I had a huge crush on Raven. I think I've told y'all on this channel too before. I auditioned for the episode, the singing in the hallway. Yeah, I auditioned to be the hall monitor in the musical episode they did.
How did you audition? Were you in
Disney Channel had a deal where you could send in a audition tape and
they'll fly you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I auditioned for it and obviously did not get it, but yeah. I auditioned. Loved me some Raven. Cheetah Girls was my shit too.
We got a morning show in like 10 hours.
We do. So if you like these type of conversations, they randomly happen all the time on the morning show that we do. That should be something we do, a tier list of the Disney movies. But I don't know, how strong is your Disney Channel original movie knowledge?
Original movie knowledge?
Movie knowledge.
Well, there's a tier maker list. I'll see it, and if we can, we'll do it. If we can't, if I only know 50% of them, then nah.
Okay, yeah, we should do that one. So yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, like I said, morning show, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we do this all the time. 17 again. Cornelius just mentioned it. There's another. Is it a Disney Channel original? Is that one? That's a good one. You've seen that one with Tia and Tamara Mowry and Taj Mowry, their little brother.
Oh yes, I did see it. Yeah.
Yes, their grandparents use that soap that he makes, and they revert back to being 17 again. The dude that played the grandfather at 17 again, that's another example of black not cracking. He looks great. He's 17 again, still. he still looks really good. So 17 again is one to check out.
We got sister fans here. Yes, Halloween Town. Awesome.
Halloween Town Twitches with Tia and Tamara, but yes, Halloween Town.
Tia and Tamara came up a couple times today because we talked about the game. Also, they've been pretty involved in our life. Like I think they're our Mary Kay and Ashley.
I'd say so. And if you wouldn't have told me as a child, I would have told you Lindsay Lohan and her sister, because I swore up and down after Parent Trap she was a twin. I was like, oh, she's not a twin. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. They were definitely our Mary Kate and Ashley. They were very prevalent in our lives on screen.
I don't know what you're pausing. Whatever we said, we apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I said either. Yeah, no, they were very prevalent in our lives, not just on their show. They made appearances in other Disney Channel shows as well. That's different people. So yeah, very much.
Hannah
So when
Montana was cool. Larry the Cable Guy played Uncle Earl or Uncle
Earl.
Uncle Earl.
Uncle
That
Earl.
was cool. That was like
That
someone was gonna be
was-
Uncle Earl. It was gonna be Larry the Cable Guy.
That was really the last good era, I want to say. Help me out if I'm missing some. I mean, some shows after that, because you got Sweet Life that's in that era. Sweet Life is one of the best Disney shows.
Corey in the House.
Corey in the House. Kind of fucked with it, kind of didn't.
No.
Yeah.
The President of the United States.
Every time.
Oh, America's Angel. That's what they call me.
Madison Pettis. What's another one? Phil of the Future. A lot of people didn't like Phil of the Future. I liked Phil of the Future. It was okay. What's another one?
Phil of the Future had a great intro song.
It did.
But live action though, I think that was it. Like that 2010, and then really, I was checked out, but I was also getting older. Some people like the Zendaya one. Shake It Up.
Oh, I think that might have been after my time. I wasn't watching Shake It Up. Even Stevens though.
Oh,
with
for
Shia
going
LaBeouf.
backwards, the famous Jed Jackson.
Oh man, yeah. Arguably, where he could be in his career.
If he didn't have I know he killed himself, yeah, but
I think was it depression?
Yeah, unfortunately. And that's I feel for these kids. I feel for these young, well, they're adults now, but when they were kids.
Yeah. Wizards of Waverly Place. So this is what they have on Hulu.
That was a little bit after 2011, wasn't it?
But Wizards was good though.
Yeah.
That led all the way to that was one that actually concluded with a movie. So that was pretty good. Phineas and Ferb, which is back. Haven't watched a single episode of its reboot. Zeke and Luther, I didn't care for that one. Kim Possible, loved it.
Oh, what?
Loved Kim Possible.
I made my
Loved Kim
ringtone
Possible.
back when ringtones were a thing. Beep, 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 it, when I got a text message, when I got a BBM.
That was the shit. American Dragon Jake long before they changed the animation. Jesse, yes. I see Raymond said Jesse. Jesse, I liked Jesse. I watched Jesse. I did watch Jesse. Sunny with a Chance, I didn't watch. The Emperor's New School, I didn't watch.
Did you like Fillmore or Recess more?
Recess.
Okay. Same answer. Recess. Is
Recess.
just peak.
Yeah.
There's nothing that Disney did. The Lion King cartoon, there's nothing you can name right now better than Recess was for me.
Recess was fire.
The Weekenders was all right too. I like that one with the four friends.
I did kind of like the Weekenders. The shows that I hated that Disney started doing, like Dave the Barbarian, I liked Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. Sometimes it was like it's on at like 3 a.m. So yeah, I'm up. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, it was.
What was the show where the kids were adopted by like those
Replacements?
Yeah, the Replacements.
Todd and Riley.
Yes. So sad. Oh my god. That was around again that same Dave the Barbarian type of shows that they were doing. The Proud Family, obviously classic.
That was great. What did I say? I said Recess. Nothing beats Recess. The Proud Family.
The Proud Family
with the big feet. The
Proud Family was for the
sisters.
culture, bro. They had cameos out the ass on the Proud Family. Little Romeo on the Halloween episode. Yeah, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Al Roker.
Random, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. The Proud Family was the shit.
Family was great. Phineas and Ferb, though, even though by this time I was getting older, I had to tune in. It was amazing. What do you want to do today, Ferb? Perry the Platypus. It was great. There's a reason why it's back.
Yes, it was a really good show. Really good show. I liked Phineas and Ferb.
Did you guys see Reggie Coos going crazy with it? With the Proud Family intro?
Mm-mm.
You will now.
Farm.
The Proud Family audition.
Wait, is this old?
Ooh, hey, check it. I don't get paid enough for this.
Oh, this Reggie.
When we meet, we'll always be tight. Family every single day and night. Even when you like a fool, you know I'm loving every single thing you do. I know that I can always be myself. I love you more than anybody else. After school, you know there's no one I love as much as you. Family, proud family. I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Make you scream. Proud family. They'll push nobody. Can you stop? You want to oh my God. Stop trying to sing over me. Okay? You sound ridiculous right now. Please, man. There is no audition for the Proud Family today. All right? What? You are 16 years late.
What?
Oh, damn.
Reggie was on a tear. He made the music video for It Goes Down in the DMs. He was in there. He was being himself too, just reacting. Googly eyes.
Oh, that's funny. He said you are 16 years late.
White.
I get that one, Planet Poppy, a lot. I get that one a lot. From there, I get Ricky Thompson. From there, I get King Batch sometimes. Yeah, I get those guys, those comparisons. Reggie's funny. Those Vine days.
I think the kid from Family Matters, that's you.
What kid from Family Matters?
Oh, you're not ready for this. Family Matters cast. He's older now, but he was that little boy. The lighter skinned.
The light-skinned, long-haired little boy?
Yeah, the curls.
With the curls? How the hell?
Would that be him? Is that him? Richie Crawford.
That would
yeah.
be him, yes.
Yeah. Richie, Family Matters. Everyone say hi to Darius. What?
No.
That's you. That's Darius, the Aquarius,
That's more
right
my
there.
dad.
That's what he looks like with the hat off.
Actually, you can end that debate. Jill saw me with my hat off.
Yeah, but
2
I'm not
days
going to
ago.
disclose on a live chat what you're talking about. I have no idea. This guy's making stories up. You know,
No,
if it didn't happen on stream. If it didn't happen with the
Oh,
community,
no,
it didn't happen.
No, it happened. My air conditioning just came back on, and because they just fixed my unit, it went out Sunday, and it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, so with it being so hot, I came on like with just I think backstage. Did I have a tank top on? I think I might just had shorts on, and I didn't have a hat on.
You had shorts on.
Chill didn't notice it. Yeah, I had definitely had shorts on, but I think I only had shorts on. Chill didn't notice it until I reached to grab my hat and put it on to start the stream. But it was off.
You got the headset on, and he took off the headset to get the hat, and oh yeah, he's not wearing a hat. Yeah, he's normal. There's no polka dots, so he doesn't have the Avatar Aang, airbender.
No, okay. Well, first of all, no, that's not what it was. Not at all.
No, we're not there.
Yeah, no. We haven't even met in person yet. That's on the list. Once we get a certain place with the channels, we are going to do a meet and greet.
Well, we're playing basketball. We're gonna record it, and because I remember you saying how good you were, right? All right, we'll see what happens.
Hey, brother, that was I still can play, but if it came down to like a game of 21 between me, you, and Marcus, I would. Yeah, I'd hate to have to record that and put that online. don't want to do that one.
Yeah, but we'll play. Not to 21 though. Something smaller. Do you guys play to 11s or 7s? Like that's the way we
sevens. I've done 7s before by
but
1s and 2s.
We never go to 10. Do you guys ever go to 10?
No, it's always an odd number.
Yeah. Here
by
too.
1s and 2s.
That's strange. Like how like the basketball culture is the same there as it was here. Like we're just like at individual playgrounds and we're playing the same way.
I was so dramatic as a fucking kid though, like dramatic, bro. Like my brother, my second, the one that's older than me, would always we'd always go outside and play basketball. And Garrett was better than me at everything. He's better than me at singing. He was faster than me. He was better than me, and still to this day, better than me at singing. He's faster than me. He plays basketball better than me. Just everything is better than I do it. And that shit, like as a kid, they sent me to my grandmother's for like half the summer. And I came back. It was a surprise. I didn't want to go, but I came back and my room was like, you know, HGTV, move that bus type of shit. Like my bedroom was completely redone. Like my wall was a mural of Kobe, and my bed was like lockers, like locker. It was really cool. My ceiling fan was a basketball goal. It's really cool, really cool. I was dramatic. I went and like took all my basketball stuff off the wall. Every time he beat me, I would do this. Take my basketball stuff off the wall and go throw it away. And like, and I'd be crying. I'd be like, let's go play again one more time. He'd be like, and my brother was such a taunter. He'd be laughing and be like, Darius, no, we're not gonna play again. I'd be like, no, one more time. No, I was dramatic. Dramatic.
I know you did not leave an hour ago and then hit us with don't play with me. I will post you.
I'm not Marcus in here. No.
You will find out how tall I am, Marcus.
How tall? I feel like Marcus is not that tall. How tall is Marcus? I haven't seen y'all have seen me stand.
He's almost 6 foot, according to
I'm
him.
6'3".
All right. You might have an inch on me. That's stamina.
Are you tall?
I might be that. I might be as tall as you. Yeah, I'm a tall guy, bro. I'm lengthy.
Really?
I'm a guy.
My arms are my wingspan. Palm the ball. Come up on Marcus. I'd hate to have to poster him.
Darius is not 6'3". Well, what's he supposed to do?
I am 6'3". What the hell?
Oh, how do we? I've seen him in basketball courts. I've seen him next to people who are supposed to be tall, and he's tall.
6'3".
Marcus is a regular dude. Nothing about his stature gives tall, but that's because we have the benefit of seeing him like on the couch. We get to see like his knees and everything. For us, you don't really see us. But yo, we got some. Listen, we're both beating Marcus. It's just a matter of which one of us is going to take the W.
Oh yeah, we're both beating Marcus, especially knowing that he's in here listening.
There was something I was going to bring up, but I forgot where we were before Marcus was interrupting. What were you saying? Oh, okay. This is what I was going to say. All right. The basketball games that we used to play. Yeah. 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4. But there's those other. You see how giant this man is?
Yeah, brother. I'm up here. Wingspan.
Brother.
Yeah, brother.
I like playing bump. Did you guys ever play bump when there's 2 balls? And there's like a line of people who are at the free throw line, and like maybe 10 of your friends, and you guys are all lined up. You got to shoot it, and then you're allowed to bump the other person's ball. But if you
what game is that? I know what you're talking about.
It had another name. Okay,
what'd you call it?
Bump. You can bump the person's ball. Now, if you shoot it and the guy behind you scores before you get to score,
knockout.
We also called it knockout and bump. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, see, Tina might be my only comp. I think Tina can hoop.
I heard her one time on a stream talk about how Jonathan Majors and you get a finger injury when in basketball. She just randomly brought up basketball, so she's thinking of sports.
Yeah, I think Tina can hoop. Tina might got that little AI in her. Little AI.
You ever play?
That's
horse?
All right. I got that Mamba.
Huh?
A horse? Yeah. I used to do knockout with the boys. Like if we had a good practice for conditioning, instead of actually like making them run, we would do knockout.
You know what irks me? It was my turn in knockout, so I'm ready to take my shot. I got the ball. I'm going to take my shot. Now, the guy who is in front of me, he was passing the ball to the person who's behind me, right? That's fine. But in his pass, he hit my ball. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't count. That's like illegal, you know?
That shit used to make me mad. That would happen before.
Like that, and it's accidental. No one's doing that intentionally. But why was I like? Darius,
I'm so competitive.
15, 16 years later, I'm mad right now that while that guy was just passing the ball back, he could have done a bounce pass. I'm shooting I didn't even get a fair go at my attempt, and I got knocked out of that game. It is called knocked out. It's called knockout. Yeah.
Oh, brother. Who's that old? I'm not. Still very young and vibrant here. I'm not. I don't think so. You better take some years off of that. 35. I drink my water.
I like 2-ball. When someone gets the rebound and the other guy's shooting 3-pointers from the 5 spots.
Who is it? Oh, yeah, I know that one. I know that.
What did you call it?
What did you say you called it?
2-ball.
No.
Chat, what did you guys call that game? There's 2-on-2. While one person's shooting these 3-pointers, he's got to shoot a 3-pointer from the corner, the wing, the center up top, the wing, and the corner. When he shoots his 5, you switch places, and now you're getting his rebounds as he shoots at these 5 places. What do you call that game?
World? No,
Around the World?
Around the World is not really down.
Around the World was, no, that was the name. That was the name of the game. 2-ball, Around the World. Yeah, we called it both. Yeah, Around the World.
Might have been Around the World then. Fun games. And like I said, I'm so competitive in everything. I was a summer camp counselor. It was probably one of the best jobs. I did it multiple summers. It was fun as fuck. Because I like kids. I don't want kids, but I can be around kids as long as I get to send them home at the end of the day. Like it's like, yeah, I can, but taking them home, no. But kids are cool. So like the summer camp that I worked at, I was one of the lead teachers of the 4th grade kids, and that is a fun fucking age. When they are in 4th grade, that shit is fun, bro. I asked them, because it was hot, and I asked them, because we couldn't go outside, so I was like, we had this big-ass gymnasium with like 4 courts, so I was like, I asked them, I said, who has a Nerf gun at home? And they're like, oh, me. I'm like, wait. I'm gonna get you guys' parents' permission. I'll get officers' permission. If you guys can bring your Nerf guns, we'll like do a Nerf war in the big gym. And they're like, yeah. So we all went and got like these Nerf. I was the only one without a Nerf gun. Well, me and some of the other teachers. So we went to this is when Toys R Us was the thing. Went to Toys R Us, got Nerf guns. I couldn't find a good Nerf gun I wanted, so I got like this Nerf Arrow. I was like, this shit is so weak. I didn't open it until we got to class the next day. So first kid comes in with like this big ass automatic, like automatic Nerf
My
gun.
parents love me Nerf gun.
Yeah, and he's like showing it off, and and I'm like, he's like, Mr. Darius, which one do you have? And I'm like, man, I have this, and I still hadn't opened it, so I open it, and there's like this styrofoam cup on the other side of the room, and you put it like in the string, and you pull back. I pulled it back, and I wasn't really aiming for the cup, but I hit the cup and it went through, and it like made this loud. It was fast as fuck too. Like it made this whistle noise as it went. I as soon as it went through the cup, I said, I'm about to y'all up. I said, I'm about to Katniss Everdeen the fuck out of y'all. Yeah, no, that summer camps are fun. Kids are cool. Cool kids are cool. Bad kids suck.
That rotten apple who wants to bring the vibe down and corrupt others and teach them swear words. Those kids.
Yeah, we had a couple kids come into camp that were some shits. And you tell the parent that they're shits, and they're like, "No, it's an angel." I'm like, no. So I got fired from one summer camp because I put on my Snapchat that this kid was an instant vasectomy, which is true. He.
Snap is in public though. The only person who could rat you out would be a
follower.
follower.
It was most definitely one of my co-counselors. So I cussed everybody out since nobody told me who it was on my way out. But yeah, it was definitely one of my co-counselors. But I don't take it back. That child was an instant vasectomy. evil child. Spawn child. I have still saved snaps of him like running that I put the Michael Myers theme over. That child was evil. That child was evil.
Like he made your life difficult, or the other kids were terrorized.
Everyone's life difficult. Like when he didn't get his way, he would tear shit off the walls, throw stuff.
Oh,
yeah, like he was awful. And see, I'm the type like I won't, I'm not going to do nothing to you in front of the camera, but I'll take you around the corner and flick the fuck out your ear. Like the tip of an ear, you get the tip of a kid's ear, I bet you they sit the fuck down. Sit your ass down. Yeah, you gotta be patient with these babies. Do you work with children?
I have in the past, but again, I'll give you that. Yeah, Darius. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I've done the camp counselor job. I've had it.
That's not much. I'm willing to share with the audience. Yeah. Chill is not so much willing to share with the audience, but I am. I'm an open
long
book
enough
for the most point.
But I've had that experience with that badass little kid. But you have to remember like the fucking like impression you're leaving on them. Like even the littlest things, like the songs that you select while you guys are like clean version all the way. Like they don't need to be thinking about it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes, or whatever, stupid lyrics like that. You got to be selective with it. Go find a Michael Jackson song. Go put "Man in the Mirror" on the bus ride. Like think responsibly with them.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
When you're swimming, it's like for every 4 kids, they need to have one guardian with them in the pool, right?
I think I never went on the swim days. Not that I don't like swimming. I like swimming. I just never went on the swim days because the swim days always seemed chaotic. So like we were supposed to rotate as counselors and go on the swim days, but I was always like adamant because like swim day was always Thursday. I was like, I don't care, guys. I'm not going. Like swim days are chaotic. These kids are already crazy. We're gonna pop a movie in here and we'll wait for y'all to get back. Nope. No. When we went to the zoo, oh my Lord. On top of it being triple degrees,
oof.
It was just it was crazy. I was like, no. I was like, my group, gorilla exhibit. We're there the rest of the day. Like it's hot. Y'all are on my nerves. Getting some air conditioning. Like I have a video on my snap of us going in. And they were like, yeah. And I got a video of them coming out. It's so funny.
I learned that the zoos, they all rotate their animals, so everyone's got a new attraction. So like the Oklahoma one will probably be doing a trade with the elephants to Kansas, doing a trade with Cincinnati. Like everyone just shuffles over their attractions. It's crazy.
Who told you this one?
I not only have I been told it, I've seen it. I remember smelling a truck with all the dead, not the dead animals, but like the manure and all of the like animals smelling bad, and it would stop at a red light. I looked inside. I'm like, whoa, is that an animal there? What is that? A horse? What is that? Like it was disgusting. It was like inhumane type.
I know our zoo is expanded. The one here. You'll have a zoo. Y'all have a
yeah. It's a big zoo.
Where do you live in? Well,
Toronto.
You live in Toronto. Okay.
The zoo is in Scarborough. It's in the east.
Toronto. Where Drake's from?
I guess you could say that.
Isn't he from Toronto?
Yeah, but there's lots of Toronto to be from. He's from the place where you got a 3-story home, and he's got a very loving neighborhood where crimes don't be committed, and all. He's congratulations to Drake. Congratulations to his mother and the upbringing that she was able to provide him. But he is not.
So he's on the ritzy side of Toronto.
Yeah. He's unrelatable. So when I remember hearing Kendrick make fun of him and do the voice, I'm like, that's not Drake's culture. Like he doesn't belong. He's a childhood actor. That's it. The animals, though, the zoo that I was going to bring up, they tell you that each of these animals are in captivity, had kids, and those kids are the kids of the ones who are in captivity. Basically, they're trying to tell you if we sent them to the wild, that they would be fodder. They would die in a week. And that's why we preserve, and that's why we keep them healthy. And so that's how they breed all these animals and make an excuse for being able to keep them in captivity. They're actually saving them.
That's SeaWorld's
Blackfish.
Yeah, the Blackfish documentary. That's their thing. That the reason they say they don't want to put any of the orcas back. What is it? The remaining orcas that are currently there are the last orcas they're gonna breed. I've been to SeaWorld before. The church I grew up in, every summer we would take a church vacation to somewhere, and we went to SeaWorld one summer, and I think that's the only time I went. But a friend of mine was wanting to go, and I was like, I don't know if we can go to SeaWorld. I was like, and I hadn't seen the Blackfish documentary. I was like, I know there's a lot of controversy around SeaWorld. I was like, so I don't know. I was like, let me watch the documentary. And after I watched it, I was like, I can't go to SeaWorld with you. But I was like, yeah, you enjoy it. No, I can't support it.
Imagine having whole oceans to live in and being in a tiny tank. Do you know that James Cameron, I don't know this, James Cameron watched the Blackfish and he went, you know what, whales are cool. They're going to be in my Avatar too. And that's why those smart beings are in Avatar too. Those things are genius. When it was spoilers for Blackfish, it was dragging down the SeaWorld staff.
Trainer. Mm-hmm.
And just like, oh, I'm playing with you. I know that this is not enough to kill you. I understand that, because if I kill you, they'll put me down. That's how fucking smart these animals are.
They're ridiculously smart.
Ridiculously smart. Telepathic. We don't know that. They're not.
Well, scientists think that they have their own, like, different pods speak different languages. It's very interesting. I was watching not the Blackfish documentary, but a different documentary on them that was just talking about how extremely smart they are, what they're capable of, how they are extremely attached as a family, as a pod, and everything like that. Like, orcas are really cool. They're really cool, man. That's why I cannot go to SeaWorld, because I can't support them being in that little tank. Like, something as smart as that, can't support it. And then the way that they treated Tillicum, what was his name?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, the way that they treated him, that was awful. It's awful.
And most of the ones they have in captivity are kids from Tillicum.
Mm-hmm.
I still wanna, you know what? See, what you guys don't have, bro. You guys don't have Marineland. You guys don't have the jingle. You have no idea. See, there's a lot of local songs that, by the way, that's my height right there. There's a lot of local jingles that'll make you want to do something. Marineland song. Oh, you're not ready for this one. Darius, whatever local jingle that you have in your life.
4 weeks ago, we washed my dog.
It will not be better than the song that I'm about to play you. That is the reason why.
I already got one in my head, but go ahead and play it.
Great. You pull it up, get it ready, and make sure like that's there, because it's a contest. Chat, we leave it up to you. Who's got the better jingle? Yeah, pull it up, and I'll prep this, and I will be throwing it to you guys in the live chat of who's got the better song. We're probably gonna get flagged. It's okay,
and we will.
This is worth it, because I'm telling you, animals, humanity, all that good stuff. But damn, this song makes me want to go to Marineland in Niagara Falls in an hour and a half. This song is it. This is the local jingle. Toronto versus Oklahoma. Let's go.
I know in Ontario, where the sea lions kiss, so the story goes. It's amazing shows and friendship code. Everyone loves Marineland. You'll be spinning, diving, and soaring high. I rode a coaster ride, we're flying to the sky. Now you know what you say when you leave here today.
Everyone loves Marineland.
Okay. All right, chat. You heard that one. Now, this is one that comes on in Oklahoma. I don't know if it comes on just in Oklahoma, but I know it's in Oklahoma. It's on every holiday season. I sent it to you in the yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, let's find it. It's called the BC Clark jingle.
BC Clark jingle. You tell me, chat, which one is more catchy?
Is it Sharon? I see it now.
Jewelry is the gift to give.
'Cause it's the gift that live and live.
So give the gift you know can't fail.
From BC Clark's anniversary sale. Most sales are after Christmas, but Clark's is just before.
Most everything is marked way down.
This has been playing since I was like a child, elementary.
Oklahoma's oldest jeweler since 1892.
So give the gift you know can't fail.
From BC Clark's anniversary sale.
Ding.
Hey.
Yeah.
From
Oklahoma for the
1892?
win. Who?
I didn't say that.
Who? 405. What?
If you got BC Clark, put that in there. If you got Marineland, put that in there. Because I think everyone love. She even says, now you know what to say when you leave here today. Everyone loves Marineland. It's a banger. They got variations too. Like when the beluga whale was there, they had a different song also.
No.
But it ended the same way you want it to end.
Definitely Oklahoma for the win. 405 represent. You know, we had a singer for a minute. I mean, we have famous people from here, but we had a local singer. Well, the other people that are famous are local. But this guy was like local, like. His name was Super J. He had one good song, and it was on the radio all the time. I went to his concert at Frontier City to hear that one good song.
And like out of 10?
No, maybe 2, 3. I don't know. I don't remember. So I don't know. Like, you know, Brad Pitt's from here. One of the Golden Girls are from here. Reba,
Don Cheadle from there?
Yes, Don Cheadle. Kanye. Ugh.
Kanye's not from there. He's from Atlanta, Chicago.
buddy. Now, you know, if I went into the deep dive on the channel with you on my ancestry tree and all that kind of
Kanye is
stuff.
from Oklahoma.
Kanye West is from
Donda.
Oklahoma. Yes, his mother, his grandfather, they're from here. Suge from Color Purple, Margaret Avery. She is from here. 3 of those people are on my family tree. That's another story for another time. But yeah,
You got one vote. There's only one person who wanted to share and chime in. BC Clark here. Because it's got the same vibe as the theme music in WandaVision.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Stamina. And you know, with that one vote, we will close the poll there. That one vote will do it. Thank you for that, Stamina. BC Clark here. Hey, it's very catchy. Every Christmas. Every Christmas. Without a miss. But anyway, yes, guys. Chill and I could do this all night. But we have to do it in a couple of hours. So, again, if you've stayed here this long, I expect to see these same people, faces, names, whatever, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard for the morning report. We'll dive into some things, do some games and some, I doubt there's going to be a lot to really talk about. So expect some tier lists, maybe some things. Look at the thumbnail. You'll see what it's going to be.
We've got the Zootopia trailer. We did.
Oh yeah, the Zootopia trailer that we'll discuss. I watched it. It was fun. I'm ready for that one. So yeah, so tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. This has been another early episode of Pantheon. Oh, Pantheon is still tomorrow evening, though. We still do this tomorrow evening with Marcus. So
does Marcus know that?
Does he know that?
I didn't know that until you just said it.
Did I not? Did I prematurely say something? I thought so. Maybe not. I don't know.
I feel like this was Pantheon. Am I cutting the Josh?
Cut the Josh in the stream. Oh no.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
I know.